And it's us, your boys, the Bars and Shots Podcast. You got myself, Flaw 700. You got Jerrell, and you got Ant, the great one. What's going on, fellas?
Yo. What's up, man?
Assalamu alaikum.
Nice little hiatus we had, week and a half. Now, I mean, feel good to be back.
Yes. As I was setting up my equipment, I had to remember how to pod.
Word.
Because it's a rhythm thing. Like it's
Fam, setting up this live, I'm not gonna front. I came into a little hurdles. I'm not gonna. I was like, oh wait.
It's only been a week. Like damn.
That's just how it is, though.
Everything is rhythm, man. I went to the gym today. So I went to Jamaica last week, and I'm gonna get to that. But I actually went to the gym yesterday. I didn't go back in there and lift them. I got to work my way back into it. You know what I'm saying? That's everything. I don't care what I did 2 weeks ago. And I'm still sore, and I took it easy. Just because you just gotta work your way back into things.
Yeah, you was too busy modeling for Instagram and Facebook and shit. You feel me? Like, who you was getting to take your pictures?
I was with some people.
You ain't go Dolo?
I was with some people.
Oh, I thought you went Dolo.
I love the vagueness. I love it.
Technically, I was slow, which had me to thinking the next vacation I'm definitely taking a babe, man. Eventually, you want some cheeks to rub on.
Niggas in Jamaica with no cheeks.
Man, nigga, you ain't tried it. Like, see, I'm not having this conversation, man, because
I'm going to be honest. I know I'm going to be honest with you. We was in Jamaica, and we went Monday through Friday. So at the same time, you realize a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, other people are probably waiting to get there by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because that's when people go on vacation.
Right.
So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it was just us and old heads at the resort. Wasn't nothing there. I ain't gonna lie. Thursday night, Friday, it was a wedding. One of them days, the wedding might have been Friday or Saturday. But they came. They was there. They popped up, but it was just like I've been already here for like 3 days. Yeah. They pulling up. I'm packing. It's nothing to really do there.
Yeah, it's too late now.
It's too late. They in the water, working with they thong bikinis. They loud as shit. You know how you get annoyed with your own peoples?
Right.
Fucking niggas is here. Because it was quiet the whole time. Next thing you know, it go best friend. Best friend.
So you was saying how they was bombarding you with the red stripe and the weed, right? As soon as you got off the plane?
As soon as I got off the plane, man, red stripe, weed, and Viagra. Like I don't
smoke. Niggas at the airport with red stripe?
No, I'm on the time you on. Like red stripe. I haven't heard that in years.
Red stripe.
That's how y'all get down out here?
Hooray beer.
Was it cold?
No, I never got a chance to sample it because they didn't have it on them. They just wanted you to pay them to take you to it. Like,
nah.
Yeah, so
they wild.
Everything, right? You learned that everything in Jamaica is a hustle. You know what
I was about to say, because I've never been. I was like, how much is the weed and Viagra, sir? I was like, fuck the red stripe. Like, I don't even drink beer. I'm good. I don't drink beer at all.
When you ask them about it, they don't know. They just know where to take you. So now you gotta pay them to take you somewhere.
Yeah, because
that shit sound like a hustle. Nah,
yeah, you was tourist. It sounds like a harvesting to me, bro. Like I'm cool on all that. Like
you know what though? I think that's just because of where we from. Like our street smarts have to kick in. Mm-hmm. It's probably legit though.
It probably was.
It's probably legit, but there's no way in hell I'm gonna find out because you're not just gonna take me from the airport and I'm fucking around not having no vacation.
Nah, you go get it and bring it right here.
Right.
So let me tell you about another thing. Like I'm glad you brought that up, Jerrell. Like my street smarts kick in. So I'm at the resort. I don't really like the breakfast that they provided. I mean, it was cool, but you know how you go to a resort all inclusive. You don't necessarily. You got to eat what they got, what they get. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. For me, I'm very picky. So I wanted to go eat a breakfast. I was at 2 different resorts. We went to one on Monday and a different one from Tuesday to Friday. So the one on Monday had a banging breakfast. So now I'm eating breakfast at this new resort for 2 days straight. I'm like, this ain't it. So I realized that the resort that I was at before, it's like a half a block away. Like it's right there, across the street, walk up a little bit. So I'm like, let me go there. So I go there, I eat my breakfast. I'm walking back. I need a toothbrush. I forgot mine, left mine at home. So the Jamaicans, they run up on me. Yo, souvenir shop right down this alleyway. Like they don't have a store, they have a alleyway down there. I'm like,
nah.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, well,
I'm like, no, brethren. No, brethren. No.
So I'm like, do you have a toothbrush? Nah, we ain't got none. You can go right here and get one. But listen, when you come out, make sure you come see us. Okay, cool. But you say that just to get them out of here. I just need a toothbrush. You don't got what I need. So therefore, there's no reason for me to go down there. So I go and grab the toothbrush. I come out and he flags me down like, nah, I'm good. As I'm about to walk into the resort, another Jamaican run down on me. He was like, weed. First thing they always going to do is the weed. Then it's the red stripe. Then it's the Viagra.
Okay.
So you got to say
that order is way off too. Like I don't know why they think we like red stripe.
Why is Viagra last though?
Yeah, why
is that
last?
Man, I was shocked that they even offered me red stripe. Like that's what I'm saying. Why is
red stripe?
Why is that even on the menu? Like
right, like
conversation. So I didn't notice the guy that I actually purchased my toothbrush from. I wasn't thinking like I whatever. So when he runs down on me, he like, yo, you gotta. After I told him no a million times, he was like, yo, man, you gotta spend money with the brothers. Of course, in his Jamaican accent, you gotta spend money with the brothers, man. That's an Indian in that store, something like that. Like he, with us.
Yeah, he's trying to hit you with that.
Oh, right. So I said, oh shit, you right. But y'all didn't have toothbrushes. Peace. Like, get out.
Right.
Hey, all I want is a toothbrush, fam. I do not want I love Jamaica tank top. It's not what I want. I don't want that. You can't tell me some shit I don't want.
Oh shit. That's funny.
So that's how it was. And me personally, a lot of people give me tips, and I'm the type to really not know what they're really talking about till I experience it. They told me not to leave the resort. I had a lot of people tell me not to leave the resort. I left the resort.
Of course.
At the resort, I said, oh shit, this is what they meant.
Oh shit, I shouldn't have left the resort.
Yeah.
I did not leave the resort. I did not leave the resort until it was time to leave. Like, catch a flight, man. So yeah, Jamaica was beautiful, man. The water was nice and warm.
Wait a minute, so you didn't experience none of the hood at all? Like you didn't get no like street food or nothing like that? Nothing?
They had only thing we rolled by because listen, I'm gonna let you get your laughs off now. Judge me not.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to get Domino's because that's the type of time I was on. Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, I did.
Word.
Yes, I did. We hopped in the cab and went and got some Domino's.
That's nasty.
You ain't getting no Jamaican food, bro.
Nigga went all the way to Jamaica to get Domino's.
You ain't getting no jerk. You ain't getting no curry. You ain't getting no bitch oxtails. None of that shit.
They had jerk chicken and all of that at the resort. So we was eating. They had their own Jamaican food at the resort. But did I pull up on one of the dudes flipping, making the jerk chicken on the streets? No, I did not. Didn't do it.
All right, yeah.
Bird dag, man.
Maybe next time. And I seen, you know how you be seeing on videos of that white boat and everybody like on the end of it dancing and shit. I seen that. I said, oh shit, I'm gonna do that next time. Like I'm
one of them carnival cruises type shit.
They had camera, you know? Girls was shaking their ass and fellas was just doing, you know, swinging their arms. Oh shit, I'm gonna do that next time.
It looked like a rap video.
It did. It did. So
shout out to Roland in the chat.
What's up, Roland?
Telling us welcome back. Thank you, sir.
That's good with
I'm just real stingy, fam. Like snorkeling was like $30. I was like, nah.
Fam,
bro,
how you gonna be cheap doing your fucking?
Yeah, you wildin', bro. You went to Jamaica and ain't do shit.
So hold on, you went to Jamaica, ate Domino's, ain't smoked no weed, and grabbed no cheeks. If you don't get your vacation was trash.
Yeah, your vacation was type trash.
I hate to tell you, know what I'm saying? I hate to say that.
Nah,
that is not my type of vacation. Let's just say that for me personally.
I hear you, but I'm just saying because I didn't book it, I jumped on late. That's how I was able to go for so less.
Okay,
little. But for future references, yes, when you do book a flight, a vacation, and you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, expect it to be kind of like just you and whoever did. But
I get that. Yeah, but that's not prime time vacation days. Yeah.
But Thursday, it
That's
got
peace of
lit.
mind.
And I'm-
Because it's
Yeah,
like
that's
from
cool.
Thursday to Saturday is where everybody goes. Yeah.
So I feel like if we would have pulled up Wednesday night, Thursday night, oh shit would have went different, fam. So
Okay.
I just made the best of what it was. And like I say, well, that spot, because there was so many lovers, like it was so many people there, older couples having a wedding anniversary. It was just a lot of couples there, and you realize, like, God damn, I'm gonna be here this long. I need to grab something, you know what I mean? But there was nothing there, or bring something. Like sometimes vacations is for lovers if you're going there for a short time. But if you just want to go like somewhere for like a day or two, fine, business and vacation or just vacation. But if you somewhere on an island for 4 or 5 days,
Yeah.
no significant other,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a long week.
That's
fam.
not a
Those
That's not a good
lonely.
vacation.
That
Yeah,
dope ass
yeah,
sunset,
yeah.
you just watching it by yourself, like reflecting on your
Because
life.
everything you could have did without nobody else along, you could have did at the crib. Like,
Word is bond.
But still the experience of I was in Jamaica. You know what I mean? It's
But you ain't do shit.
Bro, I still was in Jamaica, nigga. What you talking about? I'm in Jamaica.
You ain't do shit though. Like I'm mad at you. I'm
you
really
ate Domino's, fam.
You ate, yeah, nigga.
Ate
You ain't-
Domino's.
You get
No.
jerk chicken on the Domino's. They have special options or something. Like it's the same as Domino's.
Oh, yeah. It was the same Domino's. But let me tell you about the currency, right? I walk into Domino's. All I see is $4,000, $6,000.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucked up in the head.
I'm watching people next to me, right? Pull out a wad of money this big, 100, dropping 700, shopping $7,000 on 2 pies. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, what you want costs $4,000, 4,000. I said, okay, cool. Can you tell me how much that is in American? She said $40. I said, okay, cool. I'm like, cool. Like I just never seen it. Like $100 bill is $100 bill to me.
That's funny as hell, yo.
Right.
We pulled out $100 Jamaican bill. He looked. The cab driver said, "Yo, this is pennies to me. This is worth nothing." I'm thinking I actually had $100 bill. So it was some good times. I'm burnt to a crisp. Had a great time. The only thing, like I say, I gotta keep it 1,000. It's just those flights, man. I think on my way, but on my way back between 2 flights, I was flying from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's just that's a lot.
Yeah, you had to
Yeah,
lay over.
because you had connecting flights and shit.
Yeah.
So
That's a
I mean,
lot.
you didn't have connecting flights. You had layoffs, right?
You had like a
layovers.
little, a little layover.
Like, when you went there, you stopped in Atlanta, right? How long you was in Atlanta?
On my way there, on my way to Jamaica, the time between that flight and the flight to Jamaica was so short. I had to run. Like I'm about to miss my flight to Jamaica if I don't get there.
Yep.
For Atlanta, it was different. It was like a 2-hour layover. So
Niggas see more cheeks in Atlanta than you did in
In
Jamaica.
fucking Jamaica,
yes,
right?
That's probably crazy too.
yes. The airport, like all of that. The chicks with the blue Mahau dresses on, all of that. Like that. I saw more
Jesus.
cheeks at the airports than I did in Jamaica.
That's crazy.
Okay, man, we got to move on, man. That's nuts, man.
Yeah, it's getting sad, man. It's getting sad. That's not a good vacation to me,
Yeah,
Flaw.
we
I'm
gotta
not gonna
move
lie.
on, man.
I
We'll
was
talk
sitting
about
there.
it.
You gonna move on, but I was actually sitting there like Instagram is a goddamn lie. I ain't see none of this shit. I ain't see none of that shit. These women ain't built like that, man.
Oh shit, that's funny as hell, man.
But I had a good time. I'll do it
That's
again.
cool. That's cool.
I'll just be better prepared. Remember, this wasn't my trip. I just was like, I want to go for the experience.
Mm-hmm.
If I book something myself, I'm gonna definitely take somebody with me.
How was it safety wise? Did everybody was kind of cool with the mask and stuff or no mask? Like how did it work?
Everybody wore their mask, except when using the water. But other than that, everybody's wore their mask. So.
Okay.
And in Jamaica, man, they make you sanitize every few steps you take, fam. So they made sure that it was clean. They made sure they cleaned the waters. They cleaned everything. So
That's cool.
Yeah, you see the CDC said even if you fully vaccinated, you could take your mask off. Y'all crazy. I'm not taking my mask off.
It's over, bro. I think we ain't going back no more. It's over. I think masks here to stay, bro, forever.
Yeah.
But then they said like a month ago, even if you get the vaccinations, you got to keep wearing your mask.
Right. That's what I'm doing.
They just trying to appeal to the American people. Hey, Jerrell, you got your shots?
Yeah, I actually got my last one on Friday, so I'm fully vaccinated. But it takes like 2 weeks in order for you to, be fully vaccinated. I got my last shot though.
Yeah, I'm ready to get mine too, just because I just want to do things. Man, I want to
Right.
the games. I want to travel. Like I don't want this to be my last.
So I'm remember when you know how PlayStations come out?
Right.
Man, you gotta chill, not jump on them.
Yeah.
That's how I'm coming right now. So I ain't in no hurry to go out there and get vaccinated. I need to do some more research on exactly what it is. I don't know. I ain't found out what it is yet, but I just can't go out there and just take it right now. I gotta chill and just relax and see what happens first. Then
yeah.
Same with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't.
Yeah. No, they can't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, they can. It's like 12 years old. It's when you can get it, right, Jerrell?
Well, I got
something like that. They don't even have. They don't have vaccination for little kids.
Yeah, they don't have them.
Well, I got 2 kids over 12.
Okay.
Yeah, over 12. We just talk about your little ones.
Okay, I was thinking about your little ones, but yeah, your daughter and your other son that's older than 12. Yeah,
that's 13.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I gotta chill, yo. All the shit I've been seeing with these different types of vaccines. I don't know what's. I know they got the Pfizer one, the Johnson one, the Moderna one.
I got the Pfizer.
And they just put Johnson back on, right? Because that was causing blood clots and all that.
Hold on, but you have to do the research because I did the research on that too. The blood clots was like 6 cases out of 1 million, and they were all women between a certain age. So
all right,
it all depends on like your demographic of what you do.
Get it right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see none of that shit. Get it right first.
If that's your energy, I think every vaccination, every medicine, like, hey, you watch those commercials where they start talking at the end. Side effects might be none of this stuff is going to be perfect.
None of it.
You've been
vaccinated. You've been vaccinated with stuff that's even worse, like mumps and measles and all that shit. You got them shots when you was little. It's the same shit.
Yeah, that was in the 80s, bro. I ain't had a vaccine or a flu shot or none of that shit in like over decades. So for me to even just do that shit right now, and I know coronavirus ain't just pop up, and it's been around for a while, and they've been doing vaccinations and shit. Research and testing on it. But this shit came about too fast for me. You know what I mean? It don't seem like they got the recipe real right to me before they start giving it to us. And I'm just gonna chill on it real quick.
My guy said they ain't got the recipe right. I like that talk. Nigga, the recipe, nigga. You niggas ain't chef this shit.
Not that quick.
Yeah,
think about it, bro. They've been researching it for years, but they came up with this vaccine less than a year.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? And start giving it to everybody.
I was actually watching a video of the one with Dr. Fauci, and he was saying why it was able to do it so quick. But I was in Jamaica, I wasn't really trying to hear all of that. But he was actually explaining it how they would actually make it so quick. So there's a reason, or there's explanation as to how.
Wait, you ain't smoke, get no cheeks, and you was listening to political news, nigga? Like, if you don't let go, like, what the
hey, yo.
Like, come on, bro.
All right, J.Cole. Let's get into it.
Change the subject, man. Your vacation was ass, nigga. Like, you up there looking at Dr. Fauci reports, nigga. You in Jamaica.
Oh, man.
You don't get a beef patty somewhere and
Jermaine Cole. J.Cole dropped an album.
Yes, sir.
A few days ago, this Friday. And boy, does this bro. Boy, is it
hear it yet.
You didn't listen to it yet?
I've been under the weather the last couple days.
Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna give applause to J.Cole.
Okay.
Because he finally, well, I guess it's personal for me because I was never a huge J.Cole album fan because he always did all of the production. This is the first time that he didn't. And I think this
even
album,
on the first one, even on his first album?
Yeah, he always did all his stuff, all his mixtapes. Like, he's a producer, and that's just his artistry. He don't usually rap on shit that he don't. Like, he just started doing features. There's a couple features on this album. Like, he actually made, for the first time, an album that was for me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I thought this was phenomenal because he's always good lyrically. He's always about the music behind it. Like, when it comes to good rappers, no album is ever good or bad because of the lyrics. Ever. Because they're always good. Like, good rappers are good rappers. It's always the music that's behind it. And this time, for the first time, Cole like knocked it out for me. Like, for me personally. Some people might think that was other. Right. Some people might actually think that some of his other albums were better and better produced. I don't think so. This is his best album to me.
That's a good point you made, Jerrell. It's typically not about the lyrics. I can say that
it's not about the lyrics ever to me.
But I can say that it's about delivery, right? Because when an artist fails to adjust You know what I'm saying? Like if Melly Mel created an album right now, he would probably sound like he did back in the day. And still the greatest.
I understand that, but Melly Mel was never considered a great lyricist, is what I'm saying.
Depends on who you asking. Are you gonna ask Melly Mel?
A great lyricist? Roland, you better not come on here and talk about Melly Mel was a great lyricist. Stop it.
I just
He's the godfather of hip hop, but great lyricist is not his forte. That's what I'm saying. That's all.
I just use that example because of a lot of them still think that they can rap.
True.
Do it. And I think that, yes, they can. It's just their delivery is so bad that it makes us not want to hear it. So it might not be the lyrics, but it could be the delivery of the artist.
True. I get that.
Like what album did I just hear where DMC was on it? DMC is on a new song.
I know what you're talking about because we was just listening to it.
DJ Khaled or
yeah, one of those songs. Yeah, DMC was on it.
Did you hear him rap?
Yeah.
You get us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yes, I heard DMC rap. Yes.
That's all. Okay. Let's move on. Respect the legends.
I'm saying, yeah, we got to respect the legends. So I don't know what you want me to say.
No. We're going to move on.
See, look. This is what I'm talking about. Look. Melly Mel was a great lyricist, bro.
Yes, the fuck he was. You're thinking about your era and what they were doing.
Yeah, I understand that Melly Mel was never a great lyricist, Roland. Like godfather of hip hop, but he's not mentioned in like. Even when we talk about like the rappers from back in the day, nobody's saying like Coogee rap, KRS-One, and Melly Mel. Like he's just lyrically, I'm talking about.
Like Rakim stood out for a reason.
Yes, like you can't compare Melly Mel to Coogee rap. You can't do that.
Rakim wasn't as creative as the Melly Mel or KRS-One. Like there's a reason why like KRS-One made overall songs. Like he did it all. 1, 2, 3. Like he had it. But Rakim would just rap. And you'd be like,
Rakim flow ain't really changed at all. It was just sharp and crisp lyricism, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, J.Cole, like we're talking about Cole, back to Cole, he was all over the place on this album. He had like 10 flows on his album, maybe more. Like he killed this shit to me.
You ready to let me get the bars off? No, go ahead, Ant. I'll wait.
I wanted to know what were some standout tracks on here before we go on. That should be checking for.
I like the shit with 21 Savage, man.
I say all of them.
Yeah, all of them. But if you want me to pick some, the 95 South, because it blew my mind once I figured out. Here's my about Cole.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
I just want to listen to some music. I hate having to figure out what the shit he be doing, and he does this all the time.
It wasn't like that this time, though.
The 95 South, I thought it was a dope record, but I didn't get what he was doing until somebody else explained it to me. Just like the other Cole projects.
Yeah, you talk about like from he had Cam on in the beginning and then Little John at the end. I'm just thinking he went 95 South. He went down the highway.
I'm just thinking
down the highway.
I'm just thinking he was getting crunk at the end. I don't know. I didn't understand.
See, that was one of them shits Jay would have said. I don't get it. What was happening? Jay didn't know what the billions were, what the B's was. Man.
You can't be talking about billions. Gotta be something else.
Talking about Bellini's nigga. What was talking about?
Balenciaga.
Yeah, like what you thought he was talking about.
And he can't be talking about Beyonce, even though she said, "Hey," like it's just some things.
She was not the only B. No.
Yeah. No. So, yeah, there's some records on here that I got. Like he had this song with Diddy talking at the end where he actually talked about the Diddy confrontation that he had.
Legendary shit.
I didn't know nothing about that.
He had Ant, you didn't hear it yet. So he got a song.
I'm gonna listen to it when we get off.
But he got a song with. He talked about his last altercation, right? His physical altercation was with Diddy. But then at the end of the song, Diddy is like,
I want to know who won.
He didn't say who won, and I'm pretty sure Diddy will. That's a grown ass man over there. But anyway, at the end of this song, Diddy is like doing a prayer, like current Diddy, like that shit was crazy.
Love,
yeah, like Sean Love Combs did a prayer at the end of the song for an artist that talked about fighting him earlier. That's crazy. Like
that's kind of weird. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's weird as hell, but I don't know.
I mean, maybe that's their way of letting go or moving past some shit as men, I guess.
Pretty much.
Put it on wax, let the world know, I guess.
So let's talk about it though, because allegedly the beef came from Puffy wanting to confront Kendrick Lamar over his King of New York bar.
Right.
Am I on to something? Okay.
Right.
Yes. The control shit.
Yes.
Yeah. And JCole stepped in and intervened. And the song was called "Let Go of My Hand," correct? So eventually, I guess somebody had somebody's hand. let go of me, nigga, or is on. I don't know what actually happened, but the crews got involved. And that got me to thinking about a lot of stuff. When it came down to, remember we said who do we put all the blame on, Biggie or Puff? Like, is Puffy that triggered on some things like that he's just irresponsible with his role as one of the leaders of New York? That even after what he did, he still will approach a Kendrick Lamar, and you know where he's from? How did he think that was going to go? You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that.
How did he think that? How did he think him being aggressive with Kendrick Lamar was going to go? He think because Suge ain't around that the West Coast.
Well, Diddy,
I'm about to say Top ain't sweet over there at TDE either. Like,
I'm trying to figure out, like, thinking.
I get it.
I don't know, man.
I understand. I think it's more of a New
Diddy
York
always
thing.
been irresponsible as a, like you said to me, a leader in black music or mogul. To me, he's always irresponsible. Just on how he handled Biggie shit, like that was very irresponsible as an executive.
Yeah. And you're one of the faces of the East Coast West Coast beef because your face was on that magazine, buddy. Your face was on it.
Come on, man.
One thing too, though, just to shoot him a little bell, that Diddy wasn't the only one that was mad about that though. That was a New York thing.
But Diddy
remember Fab was looking for a booth that night.
But these niggas,
he didn't say shit about Fab though.
I get it, but
it was just a New York thing. Him saying he was king of New York, that meant something. That means something to a lot of people, yo.
Yeah, but Diddy can't. To me, Diddy can't say nothing because, like, Fab, Flaw, Budden, a lot of artists was looking for a booth. Diddy seen this nigga at somewhere and tried to get Coke.
That's weird.
Diddy ain't spitting no bars.
Like this nigga is style. You Diddy, like, come on, man. Like, he like, I didn't even know that happened. I swear to God, this is my first time hearing this shit. You feel me? To me, it furthers the corniness of this nigga. Like,
this makes me look at Puff Love Daddy a certain way. Like, he has to force himself to be that because he knows he's a nut job. You get what I'm saying? I think he's forcing the love on himself because he knows for his entire 30+ career, because he was doing bullshit when he was at Uptown.
Right.
Somebody has always pulled him to the side and helped him. So now it's like, yo, I'm 50 something. I gotta fix this. So like this love thing might be real, but boy, oh boy, for him to actually go after Kendrick Lamar after what happened with Biggie, he should have been on that love shit then.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm like, yo, what did he think?
Down somewhere. Why don't he just sit down somewhere? He not making
No,
clothes.
I really think though. I think that we be forgetting that even though a lot of these people have money, like Jay-Z, Diddy, Dre, they all got nigga stories because they all niggas at the end of the day. Yeah. They just have money.
Yeah.
Like Puff got in trouble for wanting to fight like the strength trainer at UCLA over his son. Remember that shit?
I remember that shit.
Like, he tried to throw a cowbell at that nigga. Like, yes, he's a nigga. He just has money. Like, I'm not shocked about any of this. Like,
don't forget about Drake.
Drake.
He
was slapping Drake around, and he threw a bottle at somebody. Like, this shit is not
He don't get points for that though. But that's what I'm saying. He don't get no type of points for that to me. Like,
didn't he smack Steve Stout in the head with a bottle?
Yes.
Over Hate Me Now?
The list goes on and on.
This is a nigga with money. Like, he's still a nigga at the end of the day. Don't let this Sean Puffy. Don't let the shiny suits fool you and shit. Yeah. Like, he's still a nigga at the end of the day with money.
Yeah.
He a goon with money. Like, he's the
still
same.
Corny, though.
He a nigga that was raised in the streets just like all of us. He just has money. I don't get fooled by the suits. That don't mean nothing.
I don't want to put no respect on his name. Fuck Diddy, yeah.
So let me
I'm gonna say all that. You don't respect him at all because of this?
He like I never liked him, yo. Like, I just, after Big died, he just became the corniest dude in the world to me. Like, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Every idea that Big had, he took and ran with it, and just he cornied it. Like, he can't rap. He got an ear for music. He got an ear for a little style. But you know what I mean? As in music, he's corny. Like, to me.
Okay.
Do you credit him?
All he done.
Do you take? Okay, so are you saying that the direction of hip hop really is based on his shoulders? Because I remember we talked about this.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like,
he was the one that asked the theater effect video before. We were just on the block with Timbs and 40s.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. Like, at a certain point, like the press play Puffy, I couldn't do without. You know what I'm saying? The Last Train to Paris Puffy, all this. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you gotta chill. He should have been chill. You know what I'm saying? He not making music. He not Sean John anything no more. He don't got no restaurants. Why is you running around acting weird. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I don't think people
like
like
$800
him.
million. Chill the fuck out.
I don't think people like him know how to chill. He would never chill.
Yeah, he
never.
Can't chill.
He can't chill. That's not his personality. That's why he got $800 million. Mm-hmm. None of them niggas will ever chill.
Yeah,
I guess.
Because that's like it's over, and at the end of the day, I mean, you can still lose that fortune. What's his name? Elon Musk. He said did something stupid. He lost $20 billion. Like that money. If your money isn't
some shit. Yeah, he crazy.
But my thing is, if your money isn't liquid, those investments and everybody that's chipped in to get you that money, it can just disappear because it's not actual liquid cash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, I'm worth $800 million. Puffy don't have $800 million in cash.
Oh no, none of them have none of that money.
Yeah, we know that.
No.
So a bad investment, a bad choice, and next thing you know, Diddy can be.
That's why he got to chill out, bro. He's not like outside of Revolt. You know what I'm saying? Music royalties. You know, what's he really doing?
So he's reinventing himself. But listen, I want to tell you about why I have a problem with this Cole album.
Okay.
So come to find out that this isn't the actual album that we've been waiting on. The Fall Off is actually the final album. So I'm like, okay. And like what Jerrell said, he got other producers, he's got features. And I'm like, yo, I remember when I loved Cole, it was the Friday Night Lights, it was the mixtapes. Wasn't really the biggest fan of none of his albums.
That's why I like this one, though.
But that's why I say
this sounds like a mixtape to me.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
It's not an album.
Right.
This is a mixtape because the actual Fall Off hasn't dropped yet. The Fall Off is going to be bullshit. So last episode that I was here and I said this was going to be trash. This isn't the album that I was expecting. Honestly. This is a mixtape that he promoted a week ago and said I'm coming.
Okay.
We all thought that it was going to be the Fall Off because remember the Fall Off is what he been said he was going to drop. But then he snuck in the off season or some shit like that. This is a mixtape to me, and the mixtape Cole is great. I love.
That's how I be feeling about Fab, yo. I promise you.
Mixtape vibe, like you can't make an album but your mixtapes be fire.
That's how I be feeling about Fabulous, man. I swear.
So I'm sitting there like I can't give this an album. I can't give this album album vibes when
that's not fair.
This count, bro. This is an album, bro.
He's trying to cheat his way. He's trying to cheat his way to a classic.
No, but you're saying that assuming what you're saying is 100% factual.
But isn't this what an artist does though?
I'm not saying you're wrong, but you will be assuming that you're right in order for him to be like, this is whack. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying.
How many albums and mixtapes does J.Cole have? I'm only going off the numbers. And after all those albums that he's dropped, it never sounded like this. That's what I'm saying. His mix sound like this. So I got it. And then when you say the Fall Off is the album that's coming, I go, wait a minute. So what's on that? Are you going to do this on that? Probably not. That's what I'm saying. So he for some reason, when he gets into studio album mode, he feel like he has to be over the top creative. This wasn't that. This was him rapping. So I'm going off when he just raps. It's a mixtape.
So this is discography.
Let's look, right?
His last two are his best ones to me.
Yours truly and KOD or KOD and off
KOD and the off season.
Now look,
these
for your eyes,
his best two out of his whole catalog.
Yep, his last two.
That's something to talk about too.
That's interesting.
Because usually when a great artist comes out, their first 2-3 be what makes them a classic artist. But at the same time, though, Jerrell, the youth loves Cole. So the kids might think everything he's done is a classic. So this is us old heads just saying what we like.
Right, exactly. That's why I say that his albums aren't usually for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying any of these other albums are whack, but they just weren't, they weren't the shit to me like the last two were.
Yeah.
That's all.
Fearless, Forest Hills Drive. I don't really remember.
This one was dope.
Yeah, Forest Hills Drive. Forest Hills Drive basically is what everybody's saying. That's what his classic album is.
That's his classic album.
But I don't feel it like other people do. I just don't. I never have. Like that wasn't my shit when it came out.
Right. Now, For Your Eyes Only, that was that album. I said, what the fuck is this? And somebody had to break it down to me as to I guess he was writing an album-long letter to somebody.
Right.
Okay, I get it. It makes sense. But once if you put on a CD and you just want to hear some music and it's a message in it you don't know about, you're not going to get it. I'm not going to pretend to get it. So,
like, I dig some of the songs on that one, but that wasn't as dope as everybody said it was. Either to me, like everybody said that was fire too.
yeah, Cole has a strong following, and I know this is going to go platinum. This is going to reach number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be this, and the crazy part about it is this might not even be Cole's fans' favorite album because it's not like the norm.
Nah.
So,
like Forest Hill Drive, people talk about Forest Hill Drive like it was the best thing since, Reasonable Doubt and shit. Now, people talk about Forest Hill Drive like it was crazy. I'm like, that album was cool. Like, it was good, but, it was just okay to me. Like, it wasn't his best work.
shout out to Cole. Another thing that he did on this album was he continues to work with the youth. Like I said, he had 21 Savage on there. He had I think he had Lil Baby on there. Lil Baby. Right. I think he had goddamn. Every time
Killed it again.
Every time I say Lil Baby, I think we're in that era.
Drake. I think 21 Savage actually did all right too. Like both of them did their thing.
Yeah, 21 Savage did do his thing. That's a fact. That is an actual factual. At the same time, let me see if I can look at some of these features as well. Because when the album first dropped, there was no feature list. Like I didn't know. Like when Cam started talking, I said, "Oh shit, I like this surprise features. Let's go." But now, if you look, it'll tell you 21 Savage is on track 3. It'll tell you Lil Baby is on track 7. It'll tell you who else?
That dude Boss BAS on 100 Mil and Let Go My Hand, and he's on another track, I think. Like that's his artist that's on Dreamville. Like he's pretty good too. He got a lot of dope music himself.
Okay.
I like him.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's far. Ain't you good, baby?
Nah, not really. Bitch, I got a little cold or something, man. I don't know what happened, bitch. I got a cold though. Cold. It's not virus. It's not the same symptoms, bitch. I looked it up. It's not the same symptoms.
Nigga said I looked it up. It's not the same thing.
I know, right? Like we in that era where if you sneeze, people look at you funny, like bro. It's
like I was in the barbershop and sneezed yesterday, niggas. I mean, like I had my mask on, everything. Niggas looked at me crazy, like
right.
I ain't hold you.
It's the type of that's what we live in right now.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids gave it to me.
We all want to get to Joe Budden, Romeo versus Bow Wow.
Let's get to the Jaden Smith thing real quick because I know we ain't gonna talk about it that long.
Okay, Jaden Smith.
Yeah, man.
Jaden Smith. I ain't gonna lie. I read into it wrong. I didn't like what I thought I saw. Right?
What you thought you saw at first?
Off, the way this is presented, I said, look at this rich, entitled kid. Thinking
he wanted to feed the homeless.
But how do you do that though? You have to have some capital. You have to have some money to lose money. Like
you got a couple dollars. It's Jaden Smith.
I get it. I get it. But at the same time, your parents provided you this avenue to actually do this. Feeding the homeless, that's a dope idea. And we did that a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Provided.
Right. I think now though, Jaden Smith is at the point that I'm not saying that he doesn't get money from his parents, but Jaden Smith is at the point that he make his own money though.
He's been there. He's been at that point though. Since he's been an actor, he makes his own bread.
How did he become all right? We're not gonna get into
that. We understand he's a privileged kid, bro.
Yeah.
We understand who his parents are, bro.
But listen,
avenues.
Okay, business wise, tell me how this makes sense as a business. That's what I'm saying. To me,
maybe you should word it differently. He's saying restaurant. I mean, you think of restaurant, you think of money, you think of what I'm saying.
Business.
He should have said food pantry or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean? Shelter.
Now, when I read it, what he wants the customers to do is overpay for their meals, and what that does is that helps them provide food for the homeless. So I read it and I said, okay, I get it now. But looking at the title, I'm just like, yo, if you're running a business, I get that you want to help the homeless, but you can't run a business and start a restaurant all free. The free word got me. That's what I'm saying. Like when it's a business, you can't sustain a healthy business if your main goal and only goal is to feed the homeless. You just do that on your own. You go buy food, you pass it out, but you cannot.
We just going by the headline. That's
right. Because you got to hire employees, you got to pay for the lights to stay on, and then now what he's doing is you have to overcharge your customers. So first off, I'm pretty sure that the price of food in the restaurant services goes up depending on the area that you're in.
Right.
There's a lot of McDonald's and Burger Kings in the hood. Why? Because the hood can afford.
Right.
And once you leave the hood, you start going into these fancy restaurants, and you like, God damn, look at this menu.
So you saying where his restaurant gonna be at?
If his restaurant is already in that expensive area, and now you want to overcharge the people again. I'm just saying, I hope this works, Jaden.
I think it depends on where it's at. Like if it was in smack dab in the middle of Compton, things change a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I'm pretty sure, they in LA, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be in LA somewhere. But like, if you got it in Beverly Hills compared to having it like somewhere in, Crenshaw or something like that, that's a little different.
And homeless people need to be helped wherever you're at. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the homeless in Crenshaw or the homeless, it just depends on which homeless people you're trying to help. You know what I'm saying? And if the people are willing to pay triple so that the homeless can
I think that's a bad investment.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a bad investment.
I don't think we should think of investments when it comes to this.
Why? Because
I get it. Because of what he's trying to do.
Not because of that, Flaw.
I think his idea is right. He should just go about it a different way, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's saying he want people to pay triple and double so he can. I think he should open up some food pantries. He should open up a fucking string of food pantries across the United States or some shit, like versus doing that in Beverly Hills.
Every time I hear stuff like this, though, this is just how we have become with social media. Mm-hmm. Like every time somebody has a move or something like that, the public always have to critique it when it comes to business wise. Mm-hmm. Not saying that what you were doing is wrong. It's just natural for us to see this headline, be like, well, how does that work financially?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it ain't none of our fucking business. And he might not even care about making a profit with this.
I get that. I definitely understand that. But, to answer that, for me, it's like, bro, we in America. Everything is about money, bro. Everything. You can't live without money in America. You got to think about where
he came from. And he been rich since he was born. Like it ain't about money to him though. That's what I'm saying. For us, it's only poor people who do that. That's what I'm saying. Like he's rich.
To me, I think
it's not about a profit for him. That's what I'm saying.
But you making my point for me.
Right? I get it.
Gotta
like,
be, right? It's gotta be right. It's gotta be right. If you in business,
that's the part I can't say. I get it that you have more than me and you can afford to lose.
Right.
Just sitting here looking at it. The purpose of running a business is not to not have it in 6 months because it didn't plan out the way because your end goal is to feed the homeless. There should be a different strategy. There should be like
that's what I said. I agree with that.
I guess my point is we don't know what that strategy is, and every business is not. You don't make every business to make a profit, if that makes sense too, depending on who you are.
No.
If that's the case, then you do a nonprofit, then right?
That's what basically
do a nonprofit and have it go through your nonprofit, right?
But doesn't this kind of sound like what that is loosely though?
All I see is he's
not being a restaurant. Not being a restaurant.
I'm saying it's basically a nonprofit. You saying this nigga losing money because he's feeding the homeless? Like, well, this not just a nonprofit. This nigga losing money.
I'm saying you can't. To your point, Jerrell, you can't look at it. He may not be looking at it as losing.
Right.
Money.
He might not be looking at it like that at all.
When we put the homeless thing together a few years ago, it's probably like 6 years ago now, all of us chipped in, all of our classmates, we just chipped in our little bread, 40 here, 50 here, and put something together, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't expecting nothing back from that, you know what I'm saying? So it's different when you got millions, and you can just say, all right, take these 2 million and do that.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Flaw saying that he got the privilege to do that, though. That's the point.
Privilege to lose.
I understand
that's crazy.
That sounds like you, but that just sounds like hate at the end of the day, though.
It's definitely hate on my end.
I'm hating,
bitch. Fuck
you know what I'm saying? It just sounds like hate every day. We know this nigga is privileged enough to do that, and we hate the fact that he can. That's all it is.
I could kick my leg up and hit a bell like this nigga did when I was like 12, nigga.
When he was the Karate Kid and shit. I'm saying this nigga was the Black Karate Kid. Let this nigga open up a homeless restaurant, man.
Yo, Aunt, let your truth come out. You hated the Karate Kid? Like this fucking
you hated on this nigga since the Karate Kid.
Nah. I'm just saying I could have did what he could do.
You wanted to cry. You wanted to cry with Will Smith on the bathroom floor when he was What was that? What was the name of that movie?
Bro, he
was
asleep and the daddy was crying.
Right? Yeah. What was that?
I wanted to be him. All right, look, I could have been him better in After Earth. Y'all seen After Earth?
Where that nigga was just bouncing on trees and shit.
I know what movie you're talking about, Jerrell, but for some reason I can't think about it, man. But yeah,
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness, yes.
Yeah.
Shit, flit out. Oh yeah.
Shout out to Jaden Smith though, but I will say this to end it off: something like this just has not been done before. Now I'm going to speak it into existence as positivity. When this works, then we'll be able to get a example of how to do it. But until then, I just don't see this working until he does it. You know what I'm saying? Now, when he makes it work, I hope he does, then we can go, okay, this can work. And it sucks that Jada Smith has to do it when the whole government knows that homelessness is a problem, but only Jada Smith has a certain answer. So I get it. Kudos to you. But at the end of the day,
man, it's just like a Skid Row. Ain't that shit in California, like LA, some shit? Where it's like a whole mile and right next to like Beverly Hills or something crazy in Cali. They ain't did shit about that. And that's been years, bro.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what? This might be the start of something.
That shit better be on Crenshaw or something.
I'm about to hit this Mega Million and show
Jerrell,
how to
that's
do
what I'm
it.
saying. I didn't want to say that. Not saying that some homeless people are worth more, but if you're not going to take care,
I'm saying.
if
You
you're not
can't. Hey, you laughing. You
gonna
cannot
take care
have
of
that
Beverly
shit.
Hills homeless
You
and not the
cannot
Crenshaw
have that
homeless,
shit like in the at Beverly Hills. Yo.
Beverly Hill homeless people are still more privileged than like. Come
no,
on.
they not. First of all, they not having that shit out there, bro. They not doing that. So I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that.
But if it cleans up Beverly Hills, I'm thinking they might. But I'm just saying, don't go just clean up Beverly Hills homelessness, fam. Like that's
yeah. And it's a shame that we assume that's what it's going to be. See, that's what the shit I'm talking about. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. We're assuming that this nigga just go give rich homeless people food.
One thing rich homeless people shit.
we just assume just always assume the negative. That's just how that's just natural.
Yeah,
that's just how niggas are, yo. That's crazy. This nigga better not be feeding the homeless in Beverly Hills. Like that makes sense.
It don't.
It does make sense, bro. It does make sense, bro. You can't just feed privileged homeless and not feed the unprivileged homeless, bro.
Think about what you're saying. Privileged homeless privileged homeless is some shit we just made up, nigga.
Everybody got the identity now, bro. Everybody, it's a movement for everybody and everything now, bro. Privileged homeless, bro.
I'm just saying, we just made that up, though. Privileged homeless is not a phrase that niggas use.
Here's something I thought of too. What if I became homeless tomorrow? Do I qualify for a free meal, or is he going to tell me to?
Fam, see, now you just digging into the weeds now, nigga. Like,
you're not in
now you just hating just to hate now. Like, if I was homeless tomorrow, can I get a meal, nigga? Like,
I ain't got nowhere to go.
I'm saying.
Yo, shout out to all the privileged homeless out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the homeless people getting free food and shit.
I ain't gonna lie.
We're gonna do something. We gonna put something together real soon and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about putting something together again. I mean, that was real therapeutic for the soul. Now, we ain't do it for the likes on Facebook and nothing. We ain't documented nothing. We just did it. You feel me? In the community center was where I worked at and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
That was dope.
Shit 2 years straight. And I had kids, so you feel me?
The book bag drive, all of that, man.
Did the book bag drive a couple years. I mean, like, you know,
but
we philanthropic over here.
Shout out to Jada Smith for doing this thing. We all want to go at. What you want to talk about, man?
We want to get Kobe's CD out the way.
Oh, you have that?
Shout out to Bean. Shout out to Kobe Bean Bryant. Hall of Fame induction yesterday on Saturday. Him, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Rudy Tom Jordan
Kobe shit, right?
Say that again.
Yeah, Jordan up there for Kobe joint, right? When they induct his wife and Jordan, right?
Right. His wife spoke though, but Jordan just basically stood up there though. Like he helped her up and down the steps. But his wife Vanessa had a nice little speech and everything. But we found out that Kobe his rap career actually almost happened.
Yeah, like he had some. It looked like he had some heat on that thing.
How we know? Because hold on, let me get this up.
I much rather would listen to AI's album.
Here's
just because of their personalities. Like you don't know if he's nastier than him or not, just because of how they play basketball.
Man, we heard Kobe on the fucking track before, man. We heard that Kobe track, man.
Yeah, that was weak.
Was it with him and Destiny's Child or something?
Something like not
that's on here, right?
Child? He was on somebody's song though. I do remember that.
Somebody's record though, bro.
Yeah, I remember that.
Here's my thing. This is the reason why. This is the reason why I think this would have been a dope album, right? Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. What do we think of him as a rapper?
Okay.
I
didn't think Shaq was terrible. Like,
he
rap better than some niggas now.
Yeah, it's Shaq.
It's just Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like
7'2", talking about the undisputable, undeludable, incredible.
He was putting them words together though, nigga. All you gotta do is put words together. I don't care how tall you are.
Here go the historian. Shout out to Roland, yo. It was Brian McKnight. Yeah.
Brian McKnight. Yep.
Yeah, Roland.
Okay, so here's my thing, right?
That was Afro Kobe.
A lot of our favorite Shaq songs were the features. Can't Stop the Rain with Biggie.
Right.
The song he had with Method Man and RZA.
Foosh Niggas.
Yeah,
first shit with Foosh Niggas was a feature.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things that Shaq did, we liked the features, and we just didn't complain because Shaq was having a good time. We didn't care about the bars.
Right.
I'm looking at the features on this, and I'm just like, why 50 Cent and Nas, that song is going to be good. If Kobe goes first, middle, or last, we're going to like it. Benny T and Black Thought, we're going to like it because it got T and Black Thought on there. Now, he does have a lot of solo records on this album, which is just him. Yeah. And I don't know.
I heard that Thug Poet record too, yo.
You heard?
I heard that. I think I heard. I might think I heard that.
I don't think I heard none of this shit.
Yeah, I don't think I heard
that Thug Poet record though. When 50 was hot, I think that came out.
I know one thing. Who is Brody Boy, and how mad is he right now?
He probably
this nigga on this shit like 3-4 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks.
Yeah, he on 5 tracks.
That might have been
Columbia Records.
That go.
Columbia Records.
So now we know why Nas and 50's on there, the Columbia record connection, and we know that Benny Siegel and Black Thought was on it for the Philly connection, and the rest is Brody Boy.
So I wonder is Brody Boy from Philly, because remember Kobe is quote Philly, unquote. Right? He not really, but
Lower Merion.
Yeah, that nigga grew up in Italy and he moved to Lower Merion. Mm-hmm. He's not from Philly.
Yeah,
okay. But close enough.
Tyra Banks feature in
that's the one I think I heard for some reason. That for some reason him and Tyra Banks stick out to me. Like I knew either I heard it or I saw that happen.
This album was already out, bro, back in the day, yo. Like
I think so too. Like it was leaked or something. Just like AI's joint was leaked.
Yeah, that 50 bars type shit. Like this album was out on the underground already. We just revisiting it because Kobe died.
I did not hear it though. I
heard. I'm telling you that Thug Poet joint. I heard that one, yo. I kind of think, like you said, that Tyra joint maybe.
He has a Destiny's Child feature. How did I miss that?
Some of this be pieced together. Some of this because they was on Columbia. They was.
Let's talk about him having a song called Thug.
50 was signed to Columbia. Nas was signed to Columbia. That's why all these tracks is this makes sense, yo. All this shit makes sense.
And why your boy got a song called Thug Poet though? Kobe Bryant. Why he got a song called that?
That's not.
Who he talking about? I don't know. He ain't talking about himself.
He's rapping about the life of a thug poet, bro. From a thug's poet.
Yeah, thug. He was a thug on the court.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with this, right? And I told y'all about this. Like these are the things that I'll be noticing. I'm bringing y'all to my world. Like it's a little twisted up in there. When the Biggie doc dropped, Mysterious picture had just surfaced, right? And I said, how the hell did he find this picture at the same time as the doc? Just like too much coincidence. Now that Kobe has passed away. Roll out. Now that Kobe's passed away, his Hall of Fame induction was the other day. Now we discovered that he had a song LP.
Like we've been through this though, bro.
Wait a minute, hold on.
We've been through this.
For one, we skipped out on J.Cole's rollout. Now we talk about basketball. Remember, J.Cole got signed to an African league. I saw him do it. I saw him score his first points today. He looks so unathletic out there. I ain't gonna front, but salute to him.
Because I saw something come up on my phone like the African League debut, and I was gonna say, is this a J. Cole's game?
Yeah, that was his first game. His first game was today.
Wow,
and he actually scored.
That's
Shout out to Tommy
score. I mean, I think J. Cole puts it buckets, but them 2 points. That's like saying me. I actually scored. Like J. Cole scoring 2 buckets.
Yeah, he ran up and got a little put back. You know what I'm saying? Had a little free throw on like a tech or something. He was by himself.
Are you saying he's not going to make it?
No, he's not going to make it. Like I've seen him play basketball before, though. I knew he wasn't going to make it. Okay. It's just something, rich niggas get bored. He's athletic enough to actually make the team. So that's what he's doing right now. It's like, you got to think about it. This happened on the weekend of his album release. This nigga's in Africa somewhere playing basketball. Rich niggas are different. Like all of us ain't the same. Like he been rich for a long time. He don't even care about this right now. That's nasty.
Put out his best work here in Africa.
His best work. Everybody talking about this on the internet right now. He in Rwanda somewhere getting putbacks, doing drills and shit. So yeah, but that rollout was nasty. So you think this is a rollout? Fuck.
It is, bro. Think about it. Him dropping this and this getting streamed and going to the family, perhaps. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not something that we don't know. He did do this. You know what I mean? They said he did it back then, but he scrapped it for whatever reason. I forget what it was. It was something crazy.
Because that's what Iverson. was Iverson was his
It could've-
verbiage.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that, you know what I'm saying, but they, for whatever reason, they got scrapped, you know what I'm saying. I remember him and Destiny Child being together and shit. You know what
I remember that,
and
too,
it makes sense
vaguely.
And it makes sense that all these people are on these records, because everybody on these records was mostly signed to Columbia at that time. This was 50 first deal. He was over there. Nas was over there. Destiny Child was signed to them. You feel what I'm saying?
Makes sense. I don't know about Black Thought.
I don't know who Brody Boy is.
And Beanie Siegel definitely wasn't
him
signed to
up.
Columbia, but
Beanie
that's
Siegel,
just one song.
But it's like 98, 99.
Yeah, that's just one song, though.
Yeah,
like Ant probably right, but it's just those two people weren't on Columbia.
The only one that I think stands out is Black Thought and Beanie Siegel, but that's a Philly connection. That's
right,
it.
right,
That's
right.
Yeah, they put that.
And
together.
we don't know who Brody Boy is, so I don't know who that is. Not gonna lie.
I'm looking him up.
And let's keep it a stack. Kobe Bryant wasn't the most loved player at this time, I believe. I think it will be received better now because there's some things
Of
people
course.
just don't say, so people are going to love it.
Yeah, like Roland's right. Didn't nobody want to hear this shit when it first came out?
That's what
Nobody cared about Kobe's rapping career. Like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, rest in peace and everything, but that, like, at the time, nobody was serious about him rapping.
Shit.
I can't take Roland serious on that though, because if Melly
but he right though, because look, this when Kobe first came out, remember he was drafted from
nobody want to hear him
shit.
rap, bro. I'm
he
sorry.
went to the prom with Brandy and shit like that. He was the hot young NBA nigga. They was promoting the shit out of him. So
I get it, because I was saying it before I saw Roland's joint. Like, it'll be appreciated now.
Right.
But Roland saying Kobe was trash, and I've watched him like a lot of trash shit. I just can't take.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yo, he said, wait, hold on.
I've watched Roland like some shit, and I'm like, oh, that shit trash, Roland. I'm like, but you have it. If you like that shit, if you like it, I love it, baby.
You have to. It's the era that he came up in, bro. Like,
and Kobe,
you can't expect like people in their 30s.
We was in high school, B. We was in high school, Roland.
Kobe would smoke some of his favorite boots.
Hold on, though, Flaw. Hold on. No. See, I can't roll with you on that, Flaw. Come on now. Roll that back. Don't do that.
Kobe would smoke.
I know you potting and everything, but who is Kobe boot smoking? Who you smoking?
I wasn't prepared for the question.
I know you wasn't, but he not smoking nobody boots, man.
DJ nigga.
Yeah, I know you wasn't prepared for that. You just said that just to say.
He is smoking Kumo D's boots, no?
No.
You wildin', bro.
Okay.
No.
All right.
And I don't even think Kumo D is good, but he's not. He's better than fucking Kobe Bryant, bitch.
All right.
This nigga said he's Kumo D. Yo, right now in the chat, yo, if y'all listening, yo, who you think would be in the rap battle?
All due respect to Kobe, I'm a Kobe Bean fan. He's a nasty basketball player, but we're not doing that, fam. We can't do that, man. We can't do that,
bro.
We can't do that. I'm sorry, we can't. We can't. This is supposed to be a hip hop podcast. We gotta have some type of reputation, son.
Kobe not smoking Cool C? Okay, yeah. Glamorous life, nigga. He smoking.
Glamorous life, cool shit.
You got it.
Nah, don't sing it, nigga. I know what song you talking, but don't sing it.
Kobe,
Stop it. Man. I'm not. I refuse to answer that question.
We're not doing this, yo.
We're not doing this.
We're not about to do this.
Kobe not smoking both Greg Nice and CL Smooth. I mean, Greg.
He's smoking the RZA though. He's smoking Bobby Digital. Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Yo, you got better than Kobe. Yo, stop it. Don't do this. We stop acting like Kobe was good, man. Like, don't do that.
We gotta stop.
You ain't even listen to this shit. You just talk. You didn't even listen to it. Right, Kobe was the master of the fadeaway jumper. Like, when it comes to these bars, I don't know, fam. I don't know. Man. Hey, yo, you dissed the hell out of Greg Nice and CL Smooth just now, though.
Yeah.
You dissed the hell out of Greg Nice and CL Smooth just now, though. That's all.
And Cool Mo D, bro.
And Cool Mo D. Cool C might can't say nothing to you, though. But fucking Cool Mo D got words for you, though.
Yeah, but listen, Greg, nicest movie, welcome. Because out of all music hip hop podcasts, nobody talks about
Ain't nobody talk about y'all.
Oh, yeah.
You right.
Hey,
hold on, Mike said the RZA ain't bugging. Hold on, you think? Hold on, Ant. Hold on.
Better than the RZA.
The RZA was nice though. Stop it.
What?
I'm better than the RZA, bro. Fuck wrong with y'all.
Hold on, lyrically, you thought the RZA was nice?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Man, you lying.
Assassination, vaccination.
I don't care.
Okay.
Stop. I don't want. Don't recite no goddamn RZA lyrics on this show, nigga. No.
I see the type of time we on. You niggas don't think RZA was nice?
No. Not lyrically, son. No, I did not like Bobby Digital.
I love
beats, completely different story. He is a genius. He's the man. He, production wise, he's one of the GOATs. You put a microphone in front of his face, Flaw, stop it. Stop it. I ain't trying to hear that.
That's gonna be the next. That's gonna be our segue to everything. You want to stop talking?
Yeah, just
next subject.
And we know what it is. That's the Bobby Digital drop.
All right, okay. So where we at, fellas?
We got to get off this Kobe shit because this is nasty.
It's been a while. Can we get in the verses real quick?
We got to get off the Kobe shit. This is nasty. Oh yeah,
even though we late as hell.
You know what's crazy? The verses. It was so long ago that it wasn't even on the list, and it wasn't on the docket.
1, 2.
We completely forgot about verses, fam.
Like I want.
Right.
Seriously.
Love to you. Say.
Bruh.
You do.
I thoroughly enjoyed that TLC SWV escape battle. It was raw. We keep saying it gets better and better, and this one was their quality is better and better.
It kind of took away from me after the fact what we found out what happened to Coco.
That too.
Because at the time we thought she just had an attitude or something was wrong with her mic and she wasn't singing and stuff. Come to find out after the fact, we found out like somebody was killed in front of her. So she was shaking
outside
the whole
her hotel window. Yep.
Right outside her hotel window, and she saw everything. So by the time that happened the next day, like she was basically shot, like her nerves were shot. She felt like singing or being there, and I get it. So
hell no.
Like that's what I'm saying.
But still put on a hell of a show.
Right. But sometimes stuff just happen like that, and we think like artists have an attitude. Remember we was talking about Monica? We don't know why Monica acted like that. But from the outside looking in, it was Brandy's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like she just had beef with Brandy. That her corset could have been too fucking tight for her to care about shit that night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't know what happened in artists' minds. I guess that's what I'm saying.
You're right about that because Monica has actually, from what I've heard, she's been that way since she was 12, which is why her album called Miss Thang. Like she just always looked like she was her attitude.
Have an attitude or something, and she probably didn't have an attitude that night. We just don't know what was going on with her.
It's her energy.
It's called resting bitch face. I just learned that.
So let me ask this question about SWV versus Escape, right? SWV, there's one lead singer and 2 backups, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
And Escape, there's like 4 women that can sing their hearts out, right?
All 4 of them can sing lead. And all 3 of SWV have sung lead before, but Coco is the dominant voice, like you said, yeah.
I'm just saying, typically, you don't really get beef or situations when you know your role. And I think one of the issues with Escape was they all could sing. And it got to a point where, well, I'm not listening to Tiny. I'm not listening to, you know what I mean?
Candy and all them.
Candy. I'm not listening because, man.
Tonya and Natasha.
Right. Tasha. That's what
sisters.
The sisters. Tasha. And they was going off. So you get
the sisters can sing.
Yes, they can sing.
Really sing. Yeah.
And you get
better than Tiny and Candy, yes.
Yes.
But they all can sing though. Like
Candy. Candy's
Candy can sing.
Candy can
she
write.
won Masked Singer.
Did she?
I don't watch
she won Masked Singer.
What that mean?
I don't know what that
means. She can sing. That just means she better at hiding her fucking voice.
She can sing, bro.
I don't want to say Candy can't sing, but to me, she's like, I don't know. I guess I know her writing credit so much. Like I don't think of her as a singer. I think of her as a writer. So I guess that's just my fault, personally.
Personally, I think SWV smoked some boots.
Oh yeah,
I like
they killed them that night.
I wasn't a big fan of them singing TLC's song, even though they wrote it. I just wasn't a fan of it because we joked about it. If you don't play no scrubs, you might as well play
no pigeons.
You know what I'm saying? Because you get writing credits.
But we know they had to, bro. It's just certain joints, bro. You know, Escape don't have up-tempo records, bro. That's what made SWV win, bro. When they played anything, bro, and they did it live.
It was a rap.
Bro, live.
And
that was fire.
If you take Candy's writing credits off, not like stuff that she did not write for Escape, it's almost unfair. Like it's not even fair. Like
another thing I took,
she had to throw those haymakers in there in order for them to compete.
Another thing
This was a great show, yo.
Another thing you learned from Versus, and we forgot to mention this with the Redman Method Man. I want to tie it into this one. When someone asks Method Man why is the Rockwiler so short, it's because Redman didn't like the beat. It's their biggest hit,
right? And that beat was fire. That's how you know. It's all subjective. If somebody play you that Rockwiler beat, if somebody said that shit was whack, wouldn't you think they were crazy?
Yes.
And this is Redman we're talking about.
They're boys for real, because that.
So how do you tell Redman that beat is fire if he say it's whack?
Right.
That's what we were talking about before.
That's crazy.
Like, how do you tell artists that?
And so spinning back to the SWV, turns out they didn't like the Michael Jackson flip.
They didn't like right there.
They didn't like it, and you go like, yo.
I can see why they didn't like it though.
It's
hard to sample if you're gonna sample Mike.
And Mike
that
cleared it.
Got to be top notch, man. Like,
Bro,
I can see why if you
that
wouldn't
has
like
aged well though. That song has aged beautifully. Like,
yeah, but I'm talking about if you're making it at the time. I would see as a singer why I wouldn't want my producer to sample Mike.
Oh yeah,
like I get that.
Yeah, I get it.
As a singer, like yo, don't sample Michael Jackson on my shit. No, like no.
Okay, I get it.
That's a lot of pressure right there, bro.
Because it turns into a Michael Jackson record,
right? That's all we talked about when the shit came out.
Yeah, you hear that human
nature, the human nature flip. That's all we talked about.
But they did it justice though, bro.
Oh, they did it.
They really did it justice though. Like I told you, that song ages well for me. You can play that anywhere, bro.
Right.
Survive. Survive.
Yeah, when they played Weak, it was a rap, man. Like some of them songs
out there.
But shout out,
Who Can I Run To?
Shout out,
Coco singing.
Shout out to
right
because they had the first encore in the verses. No, don't cut that shit off.
Who said that again?
They had the first encore. Escape.
No.
Who had the first encore?
It was A1.
It's not. I wouldn't count that as an encore, yo. That was not an encore. They stopped. He cut it short. Hold on. Let me finish. Okay. They cut it short. Tiny got mad and told that nigga to turn it back on. That's not a fucking encore.
That's not what I heard. I heard the fans because they put the camera.
The fans, her family was in the crowd. They weren't fans.
Yeah,
I get it. But
all the Harrises was on the left side. Mad as hell that he turned the shit off.
I get it, but the camera was on SWV and the fans.
Ready to move
I just heard people. It might have been family, but SWV was like, "Oh, your whole family here." So I get that. I get that.
The Harrises was deep on the left side, nigga. I'm telling you.
I heard the audience like, "No, play that shit again."
And that was the Harrises. They it's like 12 of them, Flaw.
I get it.
They got like 8 kids.
But they was asking SWV, "Do y'all want to go?" It's like, "Nah, we not about to go. They got to do that shit again."
Fam,
that's encore.
If Tiny's whole fucking family is standing up in the front row, if you SWV, you want to go? Let that girl have her moment and her song.
Yeah, let her have her moment, though. Yeah.
That was not an encore. Yeah. That was like, yo, you fucked up. Let her have her moment. This is verses.
But I'm confused now. Why did we make an exception for Tiny? That's how a person goes.
You know why? Because, I don't know, maybe Tiny that bitch. Like, she looked at that nigga and
but versus has changed, though, bro. And they in Atlanta. Wasn't they in Atlanta?
Yes, I believe so.
It only changed.
You got to let her do that her thing.
Yeah, like, and we've been talking about, we didn't talk about the DJs. The DJ and one was getting shitted on all night. Let's talk about that. Like, he was fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Spinderella was killing him, beginning, and then when like, he was cutting off, he was playing all this goofy shit, and then when it started, that's when he cut that shit off too short. It was, I don't know if it was a production thing or what, but you could tell that he cut it off short, and they thought the song was going to keep playing out. So that's when everybody got mad.
Still singing.
They were still singing that he was cutting the song off.
So my bad. Was all the songs being played in full and he cut Tiny short, or was they just cut them off?
I think they were supposed to play that whole song and he didn't.
That song.
That particular song, yeah.
Because
they were still singing as the shit was fading out, Flaw. That don't work like that.
That's Tiny's problem. That's production.
See, nah. See, okay, that's Tiny's problem. Guess what? Well, it was Tiny's problem until her family was there. That became your fucking problem then. Because if I got 18 people screaming play the fucking record, and I look at you and you play the record, you play the record. Your job is to play records. Play them.
I saw a change with the Isley Brothers versus Earth, Wind & Fire. They played entire records because Steve Harvey got upset.
That's
like,
not fair.
No, but wait.
So
Think about who you talking about, though. They get to play whatever the fuck they want to. Flaw.
But it started off playing 90 seconds. And Steve,
oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, okay. You can't do that. And then they went to full records. So I get.
Think about verses. Not to cut you off the floor, I don't want to miss it. But if you think about it, how the last verses have been, like with Earth, Wind, and Fire and the SWV, the first half, like they have the tracks playing type shit, and then when they come back from the second half, they perform a lot of the tracks versus having the track.
Right, that's what happened.
Because they got to warm themselves up or something like that.
That's one thing I did not like about this production. That's why lately we've been saying this has been the best verses because they up their production value every time. This time it was too much. The stage was way too big. They weren't close to each other. They couldn't hear each other.
Social distancing.
Nah, they was completely on the other side of the stage. They couldn't hear each other. Stage. And they was complaining about not being able to hear each other. So if one person is talking, they had to be closer together. They didn't have to perform together, but they was like, it seemed like they was like 100 feet apart. They couldn't even hear each other on the stage. So if you can't hear each other, that already throws everything off.
They were the most far apart verses that I think we've had. Like
it was to the point they stopped performing on the steps. Remember?
Yes,
because they was too far apart from each other. They couldn't hear each other.
Redman and Method Man did not do whole songs. Some of them they did whole, but not all. They like Headbanger the whole song.
They did a show. They gave us a whole show though.
Headbanger, they had to play the whole Headbanger because you're not going to have EPMD and K Solo go in there and not do their parts.
But some songs they cut short. Remember they cut Method Man Boy off, so they was cutting shit short, man.
See, that's another. The DJ fucked up again. They were supposed to play that whole song. Street Life did not go up there just to not rap.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So I think that's what happened. Like the DJ Scratch fucked up then.
We don't know what's next, right?
No, because they messed up. Because it was supposed to be one on the 8th and the 9th, and they didn't do the 9th and didn't say nothing about it.
They ain't say nothing.
They didn't say shit.
They all right. They happy.
People on Twitter like, what the hell is going on?
That might have been a scheduled mistake. But that might have been a scheduling mistake because people were still high off the SWV escape. So it's like, why those? Not saying that this was their reason, but imagine if they did. Like, I'm still.
I think they had somebody, and it fell apart, and they just decided to scrap it and not say shit. Because we was talking about maybe it's Mary J. Blige. It was one person and didn't have the V in the middle.
It just said
Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day. Yeah. It said Mother's Day special. It was one person. So they had to have had somebody slide it in there.
I would not have wanted it to be Mary J. Blige for this one reason only.
Why?
Wasn't she just honored at like one of the BET Awards and she played all her hits? So you got that nostalgia. I just think we would have got.
We just got her. Mary, you're right, and that's on YouTube.
Not a 2-hour nostalgia though. Like D'Angelo had 2 hours, fam. Like Mary deserved 2 hours.
But imagine if D'Angelo just got the Lifetime Achievement Award at one of the awards.
Did like 3 songs and did this.
No, Mary did.
No, Mary had a whole 20-minute set with all her hits.
20. She went through them quick. Like she might have just been able to sing them longer, but she brought Method Man out for You All I Need. She did all her hits. So if I just
did all her hits, bro.
If I just saw you do this 2 years ago before the pandemic, it's not going to shock me to where like, oh snap!
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I remember Mary's catalog.
I don't know. I forgot that even happened until you just brought it up. I remember it now, but I don't know. That was 2 years ago. Mary could come back outside.
That was a while ago. No, it was. Listen, we never get enough of Mary, bro, and her hits, bro.
Feel you? But Versus has been to me about making people remember who you are. Mary ain't there yet because Mary's still active. We ain't got to remember nothing about Mary. That's just my opinion.
She not active.
We ain't have to remember nothing about Keisha Cole and them either, though. Like,
yeah, we did.
Ashanti, we didn't even remember that.
We last, bro.
That was
Ashanti
an
song you listened to, nigga.
Nah, I'm saying
like you were real. And what the last Ashanti song you banged out?
Mary is still marrying. Keisha Cole needed to make you remember about some shit in 03. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that was, man.
I didn't need to remember.
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't watch that shit. Man.
I changed my mind.
I changed my
Fire.
mind.
That album. No, not the song, the album.
Fire everything from Keisha Cole, but there was a time where those songs was directed at you, so I don't want to listen to that shit.
Listen, no, they weren't directed at me. I ain't do nothing.
There was a song. Your name's on one of them songs. Stop with the bullshit.
You say your name on one of those songs, nigga.
It's cool, bro.
All of us got one of them songs.
All of us got one of them songs, but our name just don't know. Okay, all right.
Did she say boy? If she ain't used boy, her shit was trash.
Word. Like the girl. Hey boy,
Come on. You was boy,
Hey,
her
boy.
shit was trash, B.
Speaking of boys, y'all want to get into the boys?
Who?
Quick.
Hold on, real quick.
You
What's
talking
next
Joe?
versus, yo? It's coming up Memorial Day. Who y'all
We
think
don't
it's gonna be?
know.
I think it's Teddy Riley. You know. 'cause
Oh,
he
you talking
circled in
about for
on
the rematch,
Versus.
right?
Yeah, I think it's Teddy Riley and Babyface now. I think it is.
I said this.
Only reason why now because he circled this nigga Teddy Riley reposted the schedule and circled that shit on his
Oh, did he?
Instagram.
I said this
Yeah.
before. It needs to be brought up again. If Teddy Riley isn't on the menu, he needs to be pissed because this whole production is what he tried to do first.
Fam.
Everybody,
Right.
Teddy about to get on that stage and let niggas remember
Right.
what New Jack Swing is. Nigga.
And
He about to have dancers.
earned this.
He about to have mad shit out there, yo.
yo,
Teddy
what's
about to
crazy?
rock it.
He want-
Teddy
he
gonna
want-
rock the house,
he want-
nigga.
how does
Matter of fact, not want to smoke. He gonna have smoke on the stage. He gonna have a smoke machine out there. He gonna have everything.
here's my thing? How is the creator of the New Jack Swing doing the verses in a chair? It's not happening.
It's not. It's
You
not.
can't really
Yeah,
get
it's not
that
the
same
same,
style.
bro.
You can't really get that vibe.
Because he tried it and
Right.
fucked everything up.
Babyface was too smooth. Like, yo, you get
Babyface was in the studio like, "You ready?"
This nigga
What's
Babyface had a
happening?
velvet jacket on with the
Yo,
Grammys in the back.
Yo,
candles
Babyface
lit.
had a little checklist. He was at the studio. He was like, "I don't know. He's not there. So we're gonna try to get him back." And then looked off into the sunset. It was like, we're gonna try to get him back because
we know that wasn't Teddy's bad because technically he got beat twice
twice.
to the same guy.
Damn.
Twice.
Yeah, he lost twice. He lost the
He
first.
lost the first time because of his connection.
Yes.
He lost the second time because Babyface just beat him, and it's the production
Babyface,
value
though.
still wasn't there. It's different.
But now that they can
Babyface,
actually be in the
bro.
same arena, Teddy Riley going to show off, and it just might be a different conversation.
He's gonna outperform
You
Babyface.
think
though, but
you think Humps and a Bump ain't coming out, nigga? You think Rump
he-
Shaker
he's
ain't coming
definitely-
out with some dancers, nigga?
oh yeah, that's all. Yeah,
What?
he bringing Rex in effect all together.
Bobby
Yo,
Brown
he
might
gonna bring
Bobby
Guy
Brown
out.
might do My Prerogative that night. Nigga. Like
Bobby
he
ain't-
might bring
nah,
Bobby out.
I'm
Bobby
mad.
ain't doing that.
I'm mad because Babyface already played his I Want to Rock With You. Like, they both wrote on that album. But like you said,
Yeah.
for some reason, Bobby's biggest hits came from Teddy. Even though I like Rock With You better.
Up
but
tempo.
but a lot of the hits is My Prerogative. Who wrote
Don't be
every
cruel.
Don't every little
That's-
step.
That's Babyface.
Oh,
Don't be
Babyface
cruel.
did Don't Be Cruel. You're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's tempo. So
That's
yeah.
all he got is My Prerogative and Humping Around. Them the only two joints Teddy
You
did.
mean
for
that's
him.
all he got is My Prerogative. That's one of the biggest songs of all time.
about to
Okay,
say-
okay.
Yeah, you
Okay,
put that
that's
on
fine.
there. That's a
That's
point.
fine.
Still, you can
If you-
still
but
do
if you-
that today.
Listen, if you take My Prerogative off, Don't Be Cruel. Is Don't Be Cruel still do what it do?
I don't think.
No.
Say it again.
My
If
Prerogative
you
is
take
a
My
huge
Prerogative
part of
off of Don't Be Cruel, does Don't Be Cruel still does what it do?
no.
It ain't go. It went 12 million.
I
It's in, like,
understand that,
1990.
but I understand that, but My Prerogative was the biggest single on that album. I think
It was. It was. I'm
My
just
thing
saying.
is-
But does the album flop without it?
No,
Flop,
don't-
no. Flop, no.
no. Because
Does it
Not
go
flop.
platinum without it?
Yes.
yes, because you need a single after single. So he was blessed to have that. So like once one single phases out, then the other one comes big. Like you don't get the 10, 12 million without having 4 or 5,
4 or 5 singles. Yep.
right?
Mhm.
Especially back in the 80s and the 90s. But I'm just saying, My Prerogative is just something that people can use today. Like that it to me that's
That energy.
more because it sticks more because if somebody needs to ask you some shit, it's My Prerogative. And
And
everybody
this is
talking all this shit about me. Why don't you just let me
This
live?
is post new
Hey.
edition too. It's post new edition too, so it really resonated. You know what I mean, people felt it because it's him coming off of new edition hills and all that.
You know what's crazy? I'm looking right. You know Teddy did not produce My Prerogative though. He wrote it.
So we can still
He
play
didn't produce it though.
same shit.
No,
But
it's
he
not the
wrote it.
same.
No, it's not the same. But Babyface
It's not
was
the
a writer,
same
right?
because
But Babyface wrote a lot of songs he didn't produce.
no, not on this album.
Okay.
Usually if
we
Babyface
talking
wrote it,
about
he
that
produced it. Him and L.A. Reid. Usually if Babyface wrote it, him and L.A. Reid produced it.
Because he's actually singing the vocals to a beat that he's playing on his guitar. Like
I'm gonna tell you why My Prerogative became My Prerogative. It's basically a guy song. That's why it worked because Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall wrote it, but they didn't produce it though. Gene Griffin
Shout out
produced
to
it.
Aaron Hall, B. Like,
Yeah,
put some
so that-
respect on Aaron Hall name.
shout out to Ralph Trazvant for telling everybody that was his album. I can't hear it. I
They
don't.
did that, and they did
Nigga,
"I'll Be
no.
Good to You." Remember "I'll Be Good to You"?
By who?
Bobby Brown on
Bobby
Don't Be
Brown.
Cruel.
I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall did that too. That sounds like a guy song too. It's all like New Jack Swingish, tempo,
Guy throwaways.
basically. So it kind of almost seemed like My Prerogative was a guy throwaway. That's nuts.
I'm going to play my favorite New Jack Swing at the end of this episode.
I'm playing a J. Cole song.
Watch it
You
be
crazy.
Jam by Michael Jackson or some shit.
It better not be
Jam.
no goddamn Jam by Michael Jackson.
It's gonna be Jam, bitch.
Fair. Why you pull Jam out of all Teddy Riley songs? Why Jam?
It's gonna be Jam.
Didn't say.
It's gonna be. Listen, that Can't Let Her Get Away is the jam though. Bitch, Can't Let Her Get Away off that Dangerous.
Fire.
That's fire, nigga.
Yeah, that's fire. It's better than Jam.
But listen, Teddy Riley is the reason why Michael Jackson Dangerous is the highest selling New Jack album of all time.
Oh,
That's a
Jam
New
your
Jack
shit?
album, bro.
Wait.
No, Jam is not.
No, I'm talking about Flaw. Jam your shit? I'm disrespecting Jam? I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, you looking at me like I was disrespecting Jam. I'm sorry.
I think if you put any new Sound of Music on Dangerous, it would have been the highest selling version of that thing. Like saying that Michael Jackson has the highest selling New Jack Swing. It's the same.
Hey, listen.
Who do you go?
Just tell. Yes, it is.
Well, Mike
yes, it
is
is.
Mike.
That's
Mike ain't
putting
putting out
feather
no
in-
duds anyway.
That's put feather in Teddy Riley cap.
It is.
Mike is Mike.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, to me, when I hear that, I'm like, well, what was his competition? Keep Sweat? You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't like...
Yes. Guy.
That's not Mike.
You talking about Michael Jackson?
Yeah, that's not his
We
competition.
don't talk about Michael Jackson
Jack. Yo, we're
competition.
talking about Michael Jackson New Jack records versus
Yeah.
Guy.
They
New
still
Jack
it's
records.
still not no competition. They're Michael Jackson songs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
technically, there should not be competition for Michael Jackson. I don't give a fuck who wrote it or did it. It's Michael Jackson. It's not fair.
Mike can have some competition. Prince was his competition.
No, he
for
wasn't.
years.
No, he wasn't. No, he
Yo,
wasn't.
why he wasn't? Hold on. Why wasn't he?
Prince.
Tell
Remember
him-
Prince.
tell him why
Remember
wasn't.
Prince is my favorite, but I would not
I know
say Prince was Michael
know
Jackson
that.
competition. Pop, like Michael was the king of pop. Like it's not a competition.
Was, but I don't think he believed it, or he wouldn't try to look like Prince. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about
No. Wow.
him at the barge, baby. I'm thinking about my guns, nigga. Him at the barge. Michael Jackson.
Fam,
You blame the
potting
barge.
today, nigga. That's wild.
Mickey Free.
Vacation's over.
Mickey Free fuck, nigga.
And much as I'm a Prince fan, I can't even co-sign that. Like I'm mad that you said. Like that's crazy.
Michael Jackson seen the barge and Prince and said, "What the? Oh, you pretty
And
much."
the crazy part is Janet married one of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so this is what
Right.
women like?
You didn't know that? I was about to say, yeah. Like Janet's first husband was one of the barges.
One of
I
the
forgot
barges,
which one.
yeah. They had a secret baby, right? That's the secret baby.
That, yep.
Nobody knew about.
Yep.
And the worst part about that was she was creeping with Bobby Brown, blacker than the motherfucker.
Yep, this was thicker Janet. This is like in her early
This is Rhythm
20s, like
Nation
before
Janet.
Control came out.
Nation Bobby is the
No, this
fucking.
before-
Before that. It was
This
before
Dream Street.
Yeah, this was like after Dream Street
Dream
type
Street
shit.
Janet.
This is before Control. That's why Control came out. She took control of everything.
This is why you just need to do something, fellas. Because Bobby Brown would have never pulled no Janet Jackson. Goddamn it,
I don't know. He
Jermaine,
pulled Whitney Houston. Stop it.
he was
Don't do
already
it.
the king. Oh, he was all. See.
I don't know. Bobby was
Yeah,
that
whoa,
nigga.
whoa,
Bobby was that nigga
whoa.
back then too.
Already the king though when he was pulling Janet and Whitney. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I'm saying if Bobby would have never
Before
made
that, don't be crazy. He
project.
wasn't pulling them, bro, and he was out.
Well, of course, if he never would have made it out the fucking projects, he wouldn't go pull Janet Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hey, fellas,
Yo.
follow your dreams.
Yo, Janet fucking with somebody from the projects is crazy.
I'm
That's
just
wild.
saying,
She's from the hood.
follow
No, she
your
not.
dreams. She ain't
Janet from Gary, Indiana, B.
They
right
was
before they
rich
went to
with-
Cali.
But they was
Right
rich
before
for-
they went to Cali. They ain't have her in the Cali.
Yeah, she was like 4. Like she don't even remember
From
Gary.
the projects, nigga. She from the struggle still.
Remember, and they weren't projects. They live in that house.
Yeah.
That little ass house.
It was little as hell. It was like 10 of them.
Yeah, Joe.
Mike
Joe was
Ben
taking
had
out all
the
type
bills
of frustration.
Janet was good. Mike Ben had the bills paid. What y'all want to go to now, man? What y'all want to talk about? Where we at?
Mike Ben had
I got the clip
Ben
with
had-
the little Bow Wow joint. See if I can get it up here.
I got a question for
for
them.
them. Man, these niggas, man.
Oh, so let's talk. Forget the Bow Wow shit then. Let's talk about Joe, and then we'll get out of here.
Y'all want to talk about Bow Wow?
No, I'm saying I'd rather talk about Joe and his friends than we only got that and little Bow Wow, little Romeo. I'd rather talk about Joe.
Let's go.
If you trying to get out of here, I don't give a damn about Bow Wow. The legend.
Okay.
He all right.
Follow
He a
up.
legend.
You know, I got
The
followed up.
legendary Bow Wow.
The
The
legendary
legendary
Bow
Bow
Wow.
Wow.
I got followed up. I just don't give a fuck about him.
There's a lot of legends that ain't shit. But let's go. Where you want to go?
Joe and his friend. I ain't got no clips or no media for Joe. It's just him and his boys wilding.
So the JBP Boyz are officially no more. We talked about this a few weeks ago. It was just an episode with me and Jerrell where we was talking about our journey in podcasts and how, we went from show to show, but we didn't stop. Some people act like they didn't care about podding, and there's some that do, and you just keep going. But now we're getting a little bit more information, and Joe Budden fired Roy on air, and I guess Maul too. He
both of them.
Yeah, he fired both on air on his podcast. Took it down and put it on Patreon because it was a little spicy. I actually got the free clip and I heard all he had to say. He said some things that stood out to me about him suing his friends.
Yeah,
that he was just emotional. He's not going to sue them, but he said he was in his emotions. Roy and Maul, I sent y'all the link. I don't know if y'all watched it, but they actually sat down for an hour with themselves and did the podcast and talked about what they talked about.
Yeah.
And then I actually listened to Joe Budden's latest podcast where he sat with his therapist. And that's
the part that I didn't complete that yet because that shit was long as hell. I didn't complete that.
So I came to this conclusion. Everybody's right, but Joe is wrong because he's the boss. And Joe did not handle situations the way a boss should. Joe, for his entire career, because we're going to talk about Joe's music career and all of that and how that come into the podcast, right? But Joe's entire career, what Joe said was this, right? And you got to put stuff together. It's how I figure out who's wrong or what you really meant to say, how your real feelings are. What Joe said was he's been fucked over by the music career, by the music industry. When it came to Slaughterhouse, he didn't have a say because he always got outvoted. When it came to Complex, he didn't have a say because he always got outvoted. He was going to make sure that Rory and Maul wasn't going to outvote him. He was dedicated to having the final say for the first time in his life.
Yeah, it's his. That's why it's the Joe Budden.
I don't think nothing wrong with that either, bro.
Might not
wrong with that.
Might not be, but you still have to, like the therapist said on the last episode. Did you guys ever have any meetings? Did you guys ever talk about what was actually wrong? See, Joe was saying, well, I'm making you guys a lot of money. That should be enough. That's wrong to me. Because if any of us got a problem, like if money come in and I'm looking at the numbers, I'm like, Aunt, you eating. Fuck is wrong with you? Why are you mad? You get what I'm saying? That's not right. If you really got an issue with Joe.
I don't know. I think if I see exactly what you're saying, but you gotta think about Aunt actually gives insight on how the podcast is actually ran though. What if Ant just showed up and didn't put any work into it? Would you care about that then? Like say if all Ant did was just show up and that was it.
I have a problem with the podcast
because I would have a problem with that.
But here's my thing: the podcast brothers, right? I've always said that I was the machine, my brother was the talent.
Right.
I always felt like he didn't really care for it. But I was passionate about it. But what I didn't want to do is do a pod without him. So even though I didn't care for it, I just wanted to make sure that he wanted to do it. And if you want to do it, I'm not going to do a podcast. I probably wouldn't do a podcast if it wasn't for you brothers, because I know that I'm more of the machine. I'm more of the decision maker. I'm more of the all this equipment I bought. We need mics, I buy it. We need a machine, I buy it. We need anything. We need to pay for something, I pay for it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Me. But I still knew
it don't have to be like that though.
That's how it
was though.
That's how a doer does though. Like as men, do you wait for anybody? Or you not gonna I'm gonna do it. And we just go. Now over time it becomes overwhelming. And Joe sounds overwhelmed. He sounds tired because I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? So
I think all of this would change if they brought something to the podcast other than just showing up. Because that's what it seemed like it boils down to. Like it's Joe's podcast, right?
Yeah. He
owns it, and he gave them a contract that's like I don't know. They get a percentage of whatever percentage based contract, right? Their gripe is they don't know what the pod brings in. So how would they know
what their percentage is?
What their percentage is?
Yeah.
The gripe is that as the boss, do you get to, or do you have to show them your books?
Yes. If you have
no, that's not. No. That is not right.
If you
you do not have to show them anything.
Not if you an employee, bro. Like
you do not. He does not have to show you anything. Now, could you show it to him out of the kindness of your heart because you're friends? Yes, but as the boss, you do not have to do that. And if you don't do that, like it's not like I work for a company.
Is percentage based or based off. So you want to know what that what the number is, so you know how much money you're getting, so it can make sense. I would want to see it on paper. I would want to see it instead of just nigga giving me a check, bro.
You ever look at your check and saw that it was more or less than one time, and you went to your pay stub to see why?
Yeah.
Like, why did I make less this week? Why did I make more this week?
Right.
And you go there, and to me, I think that's what they was doing because they weren't a set base salary; they were a percentage. So sometimes their checks would be this, and sometimes it wouldn't be. And you go, let me check it out because Maul and Roy pay their own taxes. Maul and Roy got to get their own insurance. So that means it's time to actually, take care of the business. We got to make sure our money right. Like this one example, they saw that $400,000 was messed up. And Joe's answer, because I seen him on live right before the pod, he said, so what, it's getting fixed? Fam, you have to be more transparent. And he swears he tries to be, but you can't just say, don't worry about it. When $400,000 got fucked up somewhere down the line.
I disagree with that too. I know you're not trying to hear that, but as the boss, I still get to say that though. You want me to be nice. You don't want me.
That don't mean I gotta accept it though. Just because you the boss, I don't gotta accept that shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Flaw said both of them are right. As the boss, I don't have to show you shit. But as your employee, you can be mad about that too. Like two things can be right at the same time. They're just at an impasse right now that both of them are right. So Joe like, well, we're done then, because he's not going to show them his books.
And I just said Joe was more wrong because he's the boss. Like when you are the face, when you're the head of it, the question
to the public eye, yes, he's definitely going to be wrong. Yes.
And how he's handling it too, bro. Like this, we shouldn't be knowing about this.
If you know Roy and Maul is your talent, your boys, and you see something's wrong, which he said on that pod that he said he saw 9 months ago or a year, he said 2 years ago he saw the issue. He didn't resolve it. You allowed them to be disgruntled?
Yeah, he should have resolved it then. But if the resolution is for him to see his books and he don't want to do that, what do you do? That's what I'm saying. Like, as the boss, if you don't want to do that, not even for them, what do you do if that's the only reason they will come to work and do what they're supposed to do?
That's a question that I can't answer because I was under the impression that if you have a percentage-based contract, you need to see the books because you don't know how much you're supposed to make. That's all. That's my only. No. Once I realized it was
not trying to just take no check, bro.
Yeah, because now he's just passing you out anything.
I don't think it's like that. To be honest, I think other artists, not artists, but other content creators have that same percentage-based contract, but that don't mean they get to go into whoever they work for books. Like, you can have a percentage-based contract with, like, Love and Hip Hop. Mona's not letting you in her books, yo. Like,
so why they feel like they want to see Joe? That does not work that way. Is he Joe Budden? Because he's Joe and not Mona. I said, why they want to see Joe?
Right, that's what I'm saying. They not Mona. Because as the boss, you can do that or you cannot do it. Like, he chose not to. So as a friend, that's an asshole thing to do. If they was working for somebody else and the same thing would have happened, they wouldn't have reacted that way because that's not their friend.
Let me ask you this question, Jerrell. So let's just say I'm the boss, right? It goes through me, and you want to, and if you had a question about the money and my delivery to you was very disrespectful, how would you take that? Don't worry about the book, like. Oh
yeah, I wouldn't take that route because disrespect is disrespect. Period.
Yeah,
like he shouldn't talk. Like, Joe's an asshole.
That's
so the stuff that, like, a lot of time he says stuff in a way that he'll be an asshole, even if he don't mean it that way. That's just his personality. You have to throw that out of the window because they're friends. They know that already. Yeah, like, they're not strangers. They've been knowing this nigga for years. So you can't get all in your feelings now because he talked to you some type of way. He been talking to you that way all this whole time. He been knowing you
for 20 years.
For 20 years. Like yo, him and Maul live together. They've been roommates. They've been friends for over a decade.
You
know how he talks to people. He been talking to you the same way he been talking to you all this time.
And you want to know why that's a problem?
Now is money involved. That's different. That's what everything changed with money involved.
And you want to know why that could be a problem? Because we've all seen this. You've watched your friend talk to somebody. You go, well, it ain't me. But then when it is you, now you got a problem. You can't wait until it's aimed at you to have a problem. What we see is who Joe Budden is. I'm thinking about it, right? How many diss records have Joe Budden actually put out publicly, right? Mm-hmm. He has a thing for getting shit off his chest in public.
Right.
So I'm going to do
that's corny to me.
But you don't know that? You get what I'm saying? Like he's going to make a pod and fire you on air. He's going to go live and talk about you.
Honestly, he didn't have a choice though. Niggas weren't showing up, Flaw. So what can you say?
He didn't have to do a.
He fired them. They weren't show. And the day that they didn't show up, he had to fire him. He had to fire him. Like, of course, he did not have to do it like that. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's what we saying. Like, not like how he did it. That was corny. Like,
listen to.
But how many times we gonna talk about what a nigga say compared to how he says it? Like, I'm not his friend. I don't care how this nigga talks.
I get that point, but my direction I'm trying to go into now is the Roy and Mal response was he gave them off. That's what they said. They all agreed to take off. So when we don't show up, don't fire them there.
Well, yeah, that's not what Joe said on the last time. When he fired them, the show that he fired him, he said he called Mal and didn't get an answer. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, so, I mean, what do you do? So he's supposed to just sit there by himself and do the show because the show has to go on.
It does, absolutely.
So, like, as the boss, what do you do? That's what I'm saying. Both people are right. Like, I understand their gripe, and if they can't see the books, they just can't see the books. Your boss does not owe you to see the books. Period. My boss, like, I work for a company. I could say that, like, if I ask for a raise, cool. I can't ask for the fucking company's books.
Or
I can't audit the company. Yeah. That is not how it works.
Or look at the news and see your company's in the green doing wild, doing
beautiful. So what? I'm a email HR on Monday. Like, that's not how that works. But I get why people think that's how it is. But you know that don't work at your job you work at. So why do you think it worked for them? Just because they're content creators and friends?
No, I'm only saying the percentage contract. I was 1,000% on Joe's side until I heard percentage contract and did my research. If percentage contracts works the way they say, then I would agree that they would be able to see because they just need to see how much they're making. Because like I say, I've had plenty of checks that went up and down because of like whatever. You want to say, why is my check $100 shorter than last week? That's all.
How about after all that? Academics came in. Obviously, he has beef with Roy and Mal. So he actually said, I mean, he knows about percentage contract. He said he agrees with Joe because I guess you said you looked up percentage contract. According to Act, that's how they supposed to be, though. You're still not going to be able to see the person's books. Like he said, he had a percentage contract with a percentage incentive contract with Complex.
Okay.
When they did Everyday Struggle. He still can't audit fucking Complex to see how much money they bring in to see if his percentage is correct. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, which is tough because
Joe is a single. Like Joe is just a person. People aren't seeing like the Joe Budden podcast as a corporation and him being the boss. They're just thinking of it as him and two of his friends got beef with money. That's the only thing they think about.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at it like as a job, you get paid a certain amount an hour. For a salary, you get a certain salary. Yeah, you're not going to go to your job, your boss, and say you need to check the books because you're going to get paid this. And we give out raises every year or whatever, a bonus of the year. To me, I just think that when it comes to a percentage contract and it's based off the show doing good or bad, you just got to take what you take because it was about that $400K, that $400,000. So now they skeptical. So yeah, they like, yo. The company, not Joe, tried to get us for $400,000 before, so we just want to make sure we're getting all our money.
Right.
Because when
Joe was mad that Rory went behind his back and got a lawyer that audited Ian, their manager, Joe's manager. Mm-hmm. They tried to audit Ian to see, about the show. Like, you can't do that.
And that's another thing that I think Joe might be wrong on. Is the fact that he admitted that him and Parks do not have a contract. Him and Ian do not have a contract. He feels some type of way that Roy and Mal wanted a contract. Not every friend is going to want to do business with you like that. Now, Roy being unexperienced, first thing you do is, what do we do? You got to go get your lawyer to look over this. But what if it's your man's giving you the contract? Oh, you going to get a lawyer on me?
Right.
oh, this is what you do. You have to go get
That's what I was saying. Two things could be right. Both right.
Right.
On that end, you're absolutely right. Just because we're friends, that does not mean I should not have a lawyer do my contract.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that too.
Well, I just want y'all to know. My lawyer is looking over our contract now. You'll be hearing from him next week.
As long as you get paid more than Jay, you straight though, right? Like, we gonna make jokes, let's make them all the way jokes, nigga. Now I'm saying we gonna make jokes. I got jokes too.
But I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you. What if Jay actually potted to his potential though? Because he's the DJ. He's the ones with connections. He's like, imagine he used his resources.
I'm just saying, if we was making money off this shit, and if Jay come to you and talk about his splits, like, what's the conversation, Ant?
When he see that 89-cent check, bitch, he'll understand.
See, I guess that's what I'm saying.
He see that new edition style check, bitch, he'll understand.
I'm saying, what if he used all his resources though? Ain't he a Ciroc boy?
That's different.
He knows a lot. So what if he bought Ciroc deals? What if he bought Ciroc deals?
I can't think of. I never do that. I can't put my expectations on other people.
Okay.
Right.
Like I can't.
Get that.
I know some of the stuff that I don't want to talk about because he's not here. But I know some of the stuff that I would be doing if I was Jay. But I'm not Jay.
Yeah. Now, if you did do those things, wouldn't you want a bigger piece of the pie?
Wouldn't I deserve a bigger piece?
Oh, okay.
You see where I'm going now?
Right. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, I would deserve a bigger piece then.
And speaking of, because we almost forgot about this, the diss Maul sent on Joe's rap career.
I didn't like that.
Let's talk about
that. He said, basically, Maul said that, Joe think that, the podcast, people are showing up and listening to the podcast because of him.
Yeah.
Maul saying it's not really just because of them, it's all of them together. My thing, don't put his music career into that though. This has nothing to do with his music career. Because if you're going to talk negatively about his music career is the reason the pod jumped off in the first place. Because if Joe wasn't who he was, if he wasn't who he was in music, wouldn't nobody give a fuck about what he had to say. Just like nobody cared what they had to say before they came on the podcast.
I want to add.
Nobody even knew who they were. So don't diss his music career because that jump started everything.
You're right. You absolutely right. But when you in it, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And they in it right now. So you can say shots can get thrown now. You feel me? We in it.
But I want to add this to it though. Because I remember when Joe podcast wasn't really that popular. It was getting. Let me rephrase that. They was doing 100,000. Like
I'm about to say, what's not that popular?
Exactly.
Like, slow down, nigga.
They was doing 100,000. They was doing like 100,000. To me, what got Joe over was a few things.
The Drake thing, for one.
Joe, right? It was complex. It was Joe going at it with Little Yachty.
Little Yachty, yes.
Podcasters hear his response.
Exactly. I guess my point is that as much as Maul and Roy was a part of the podcast, people weren't going to the podcast because of them. Like, we like them and everything, but it's the Joe Budden podcast for a reason. It's hard for me to say that without dissing them because I don't want to diss them. I really don't. But I listen to Ish and Ice on the podcast, and I still listen to it and like it even better.
I do too.
Because it relates to them more simply because they're older. And I'm an old nigga too, so I relate to them more. But I think it's actually a better show, period.
It is a better show to
But
me.
I don't want to diss Maul and Rory. Like, they did obviously have a part in the podcast blowing up. So, like, two things could be right at the same time. But at the end of the day, when you're the boss, it still has to go your way. That's why you said Joe is wrong. Because he's the boss.
Right. That's the only reason why.
The person who's the boss and have it going their way is always going to be deemed selfish. Or something like that. That's just natural.
But it's business, bro. It's business.
Right.
And what Joe need to understand, just like what Ish and Ice was talking about, no matter where you work at, your employees are going to talk about you. Joe's mad because those are his friends. Doesn't matter. You're the boss, and we don't like something you did, or we don't like how you work. We don't like how you operate. Every boss gets talked about.
All of them.
The difference is my office is on the 3rd floor. Y'all is down here.
Right.
I'm down. Salute, nigga. Respect.
On some real shit. Ant was talking about the stuff that he hate about Diddy. 9 out of 10 times out of that is because he was the boss, and that's why you hate him.
He was the artist instead of doing boss moves.
Right. It's because of decisions that he made because he was the boss.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Like if he wasn't the boss, you wouldn't hate Diddy.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I mean, he's still corny, but
See, I'm talking take his personality and the corniness out of it.
Can't shake corniness, bro.
I'm talking about the stuff that he did in the music industry that you don't like. I know you don't like him personally. He's corny, but his decisions.
So you saying if he wasn't the mogul, I mean, I guess
you probably wouldn't hate him as that much because he wouldn't be in the public eye. You wouldn't give a fuck about him.
Right. That's a fact.
That's what I mean.
Diddy, I hope you watching this. You're whack.
See, look, I hope Joe Budden listens to this too. Like you right and wrong.
I can't remember who the young lady was, but she said today's Janet's birthday. Somebody popped in and said it's Janet's birthday.
Yeah, I heard that too. Today is Janet's birthday. I don't want to say her age. A real lady never tells. So let's just say she looks good for her age and looks good. Period.
Jermaine Green agrees with you, Aunt. Diddy is corny. Okay, all right.
I mean, you know, I'm not saying nothing the world don't know already, man.
See,
Roland says,
like for real.
Roland says, understandable, but would y'all do that to Bow Wow and Romeo? I don't remember what part we was talking about.
Do what to Bow Wow and Romeo?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, here.
Look, hold on. Check Jermaine Green. Right. Shout out to Jermaine because he been in the chat for like the past hour. He said it seems shady too. It's not a single boss in hip hop that don't have that same shadiness story.
Yeah,
that's just about being the boss. Jay-Z shady. Yeah. Dr. Dre shady. Jimmy Iovine shady. There's not a single boss
we understand
in hip hop that didn't have that.
The business is cutthroat, bro. You have to be on some cutthroat shit. You know what I'm saying? But my personal gripe with that with Diddy period is, bro, Biggie is Bad Boy Records, bro. We're 6 months removed from Tupac getting killed, and you want my Biggie to go to L.A. to promote the record? Like,
damn, we talk about that.
Makes sense to me.
We talk about that though.
Who don't make sense to me?
Who do we put that on though? Because
that's on Diddy, bro. That is on Diddy.
Biggie was a grown ass man.
You right, but if you taking your cue from Puff, he the one telling you this good for business. He ain't been wrong ever since. You gonna trust him? All right, he know what he's talking about. You feel me?
But even
you gotta remember, he was only 24 years old, bro. He was a young man.
So was Diddy.
But so was Diddy though.
So was Diddy.
Right. But at the end of the day, you're right. At the end of the day, though, from a business standpoint, bro, there's no way in hell I'm sending Biggie over to LA 6 months after Pac died.
But here's
not happening, bro.
And he told Biggie to show up, right? He showed up. He also told that nigga to stay inside. Biggie was the one that wanted to go out that night. Why you even
say let's go to LA, period? Why is that even a thought right now?
Because of business, but that don't mean go to a party.
That don't mean go to LA.
I hate to bring this shit up, period, but I can't blame Diddy for that. He told his artist to go to Cali. He did not tell him to go to a party.
Why would you tell him to go to California, period, though? Is my question. After all this shit that's happened, it ain't even been a year, bro. You know what beef is, bro?
Well, he went to Cali to talk to the radio station to promote his album. And
he had a song called "Going Back to Cali." He had to go back.
We can do a phone interview, bro. We can do a whole phone interview.
He already recorded a song called "Going Back to Cali." He had to go back sooner or later.
I get that, but
he had to
me at the big
and plus, think about a young Diddy. Suge's in jail, and Pac's gone, and they are protected by the Crips. You might just think that everything's going to
he told Big to stay inside, so I don't even think you right about that.
Told
that
nigga still
go. He was still scared. He told Big to stay inside.
He told
and Big didn't and got shot.
That's crazy. There's no way you can tell you the best artist on your label to go to a place where you got beef with niggas at. East Coast, West Coast shit was still a thing around that time, even though Pac died. There's no way I'm telling my cash cow to go out there.
In the world, but my thing is, I was just tossing and turning. That's why I brought up the Kendrick Lamar Diddy thing. Like, you just know what happened. Like, there's Suge, Pac, Biggie, Puff. You are one of the four that, for some reason, they put this on y'all, but it started with you and Suge, with your bodyguards getting into it and Suge's bodyguard being murdered. Right. You actually know all too well about what could happen if you actually pour a drink on Kendrick like they said he was trying to do. So
that's weird.
Diddy,
nigga, man.
Yes, his decision making is.
I told you, terrible. He's a nigga with money.
Yeah.
And then
he makes the same decisions some of our boys would make.
Mm-hmm. He's just always been.
He just got money.
Outside the decision making, yo, just let's go to the music part of it, bro. As an artist, yo, Diddy is trash, bro. Period. Period. No, for real. Like, listen, I'm taking my bias out of it.
I'm just talking about facts.
But listen to what he rhyme on records, bro. Don't it sound like he reading it off of paper or some shit?
I mean,
you don't feel you don't feel it. I've never felt it.
I understand that, Ant, but I don't know. I never took him seriously as a rapper. We talk about something else.
But you got to if he doing it, like
no.
He gets
all the people that rap you take seriously? I don't take him seriously at all when he rapping. Nope.
That's like when Birdman starts rapping. I'm not listening.
Right, no, I'm not taking him seriously.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like, even though I like number one stunner.
You know me?
I like number one stunner.
Introduction, you bitch.
That's my shit.
About that is that thing.
I can't say that about
what we talking about, man?
I cannot say that about a Diddy song, yo.
You don't like no Diddy songs?
Bro.
You don't like no Diddy song.
Wait. You don't like song? Now.
I don't. That's not in my rotation. I don't put that in my rotation. I don't put the only song from No Way Out that I really play is Young G's, bro, and that's a fact, bro. That's the only song I
thought that album was fire, nigga.
That's the only, well. I play the Black Rob joint. I like that joint, and I play Young G's, bro. But that No Way Out album,
I don't think of Diddy as a rapper at all. I think of him as
Biggie part in Victory. Yeah, okay, yeah, Victory too.
Yeah, I don't think of Diddy as a rapper.
Diddy
I think
trash,
his best
bro.
shit was like Last Train to Paris, and he wasn't.
And then
that wasn't because of him.
Hey, think about this for a second, yo. The group name was Dirty Money, and then he changed it to Diddy Dirty Money. And they seen in the video, you see this nigga in the middle with chapstick on and shit, looking like how the girls be looking in Snapchat filters and shit. Know what I mean, this nigga want to be just like 50 said. He want to be the hot group, bro. Like.
Diddy,
come on, bro.
Once he tasted the Kool-Aid, he became the biggest artist. But you still have to remember, he tried it with Biggie. He tried it with Mace. Them niggas left. Who? I'm the biggest artist on his label. I'm not going to invest more money in more artists. I'm going to invest in me.
I understand that.
I can't be mad at that. If I had Mace, I quit.
Yeah, you got to think about the rappers that was on his label. Loon went to jail. Mace quit. Shine went to jail. Big got shot. Black Rob just quit. Black Rob went to jail.
112 left with the Def Jam. Total went somewhere else. Faith disappeared. G-Dep went to jail. Little Kim stopped making music. I'm not saying she was on the label, but they was Bonnie and Clyde at one time. But that's when all of a sudden Danny Kane and Day 26 start coming out.
Making the band start
because all his fucking artists didn't do shit.
So, Ant, let me ask you this question. Are you saying he should have put this energy in Mark Curry? Because I was never looking for Mark Curry.
Disgusting. Stop it.
Okay, Mark Curry was writing for this nigga, though. All the song Bad Boy for Life, he wrote that. But that's one of his biggest hits.
You don't want...
He wrote for him.
Cool. You don't want none of his songs, though.
I don't know no other records he wrote for him. Matter of fact, that Forever album that nobody talks about, he wrote on that album.
Yeah. Well, like,
Satisfy
number
You
one
album.
on it, right?
Number one, yeah.
Whoa.
Satisfy You and shit like that.
Yo, Diddy had Hurricane G on the track. Yo, you better put respect on Diddy name. I forgot about that. He put Hurricane G on the track, bro.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
You don't care about
man, listen, I don't,
Shout out to
Jermaine Dupri, man.
Music.
Shout out to Queen 06. She said the music.
Shout out to JD.
Shady.
Yeah.
Why shout out to Jermaine Dupri?
That's just hate. I don't understand that. We wouldn't talk about that nigga at all.
Shout out to JD, man.
Shout out to we was talking about Janet Jackson. He didn't even shout out Jermaine Dupri.
Who owns Slip and Slide, yo? Shout out to him, yo. Because he had
Slip and Slide.
He had Rick Ross under contract for years, bitch.
Ain't that
who owns Slip and Slide?
Trick Daddy.
Owns Slip and Slide?
I thought he was Slip and Slide. No?
Listen, this nigga Rick Ross just got out of his Slip and Slide contract like 2 albums ago, nigga. Like, for real.
Listen.
I didn't know that.
Word is bond, yo.
Forget that Bow Wow Romeo conversation. We can have it if y'all want. But I forgot about another topic, fellas. My fault.
What?
So, allegedly, Meek Mill did not want Rick Ross to come to his birthday party. Didn't want to let him in.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. Oh, yeah, I seen something about that. Yeah.
Allegedly, Meek Mill wants off Maybach Music.
That's how he did it? Don't let the boss
all,
in your fucking part.
In Miami,
hey, yo, I told you, all this shit is nasty, son. All of this is nasty. I'm telling you.
They in Miami. Meek got his own spot. Ross come in the building, they said allegedly, bitch, he ain't want him in his little area.
So let's talk boss talk. If you Rick Ross the boss, and you got your artist in Meek Mill who has not put out music, who has not put out anything, he's not making you any money. Any money that you probably made off Meek Mill, you probably made already. You got Meek Mill, on the other hand, who just might be holding his best for last for his label. How we doing this? Right? Because me personally, I do agree with Joe Budden on one thing. If you don't want to be around me, you are free to go.
Word.
And if you're Rick Ross and Meek Mill is not putting out any music, and once again, maybe this might be a friend thing. Because obviously Rick Ross is putting no pressure on this nigga.
Right.
He's not dropping no music. He's doing absolutely nothing right now. If you're Rick
what
Ross,
artist is though, to be honest though.
You're right. Might be a pandemic thing.
Might be a pandemic thing.
Shout out to J.Cole for jumping out the window first and dropping up a fire album. But at the same time, like Meek Mill did drop an album when he came home, but that's been
championships.
That was more like
championships
2 years ago. Yeah, championship. So
well, you know he did his deal with Rock Nation, so I think this is more of him wanting to take control of his career versus him just not wanting to be on the label no more, yo.
Which is what we see. Let Rock Nation manage you, but run your own label. It's like Rock, Griselda, like independent, but we got Rock Nation management. So I see where he's trying to go. But is that how you do your dog though? Like
that's crazy.
Curve the nigga who put you on. That's crazy.
This is kind of like I was talking before. We just assuming stuff from the outside looking in. We don't know if they had conversations, texts, or anything. For him to show up and all of a sudden don't get invited or can't get in, that's nuts. Like there has to be some type of miscommunication or something happened behind the scenes that we don't know.
Because that's what I'm saying. If you Rick
niggas might be beefing, shit, we don't know.
Yeah, if they was beefing, he wouldn't have showed up.
That's my point. Why
they in Miami, bro? They was in Miami.
Oh, so
Rick show up, bro. If it was somewhere popping.
I don't know.
They were in Miami, bro. Like that's
I don't know.
Ross Town. Like
that is true.
If somewhere popping.
But why would you risk your reputation? Because if I don't get in,
like Ross ain't even on that type of time anymore.
I
like
don't get in.
You showing up and getting turned down is nasty. Like that's disgusting.
No, they
Ross.
say he got in the building. No, they say he was in the building.
He couldn't get in his section though.
Yeah, his section though. Like that's the crazy part. Like
yeah, that's disgusting.
They didn't let him in his section.
That's the thing. It's different if Trick Daddy was throwing the party and Rick Ross couldn't get to a side. Vice versa. If Ross is throwing a party and Trick Daddy couldn't, this is Miami.
You're in my city.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
A Philly guy came in here and told the boss.
That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
Of Miami. Imagine
it's crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. You think that actually how it went? Like think about it. That's if it really went that way. That's nuts. That's wild, disrespectful.
That's like telling might be worse. This might be worse. But that's like telling Uncle Luke he can't come somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
You can't tell Uncle Luke anything. You can't go in Miami. I don't care if it's where the Heat play. Like you got to get in.
You niggas heard what happened with Dre and Snoop.
Oh no.
And Suge Knight was still living large. They didn't care about who was who.
Nah, they don't care.
Right.
They don't care. Nah. For him to come from Philly to Miami and do that.
Yeah, that's nasty.
And that's your man's allegedly. We don't know, but
I don't think it went there. I can't see
it couldn't go to I don't want to disrespect Meek to think that would to me that's some sucker shit. Like that's not manly at all.
It's weird.
That's how you get off the label. That's weird. That's not how you do things, yo.
I mean, we've seen a lot of corny stuff. I mean,
we have, but if we're talking corny stuff, that means he's corny.
But
that's what I'm saying. I don't even want to disrespect him like that.
We like the lot. Their movement corny? Yes. We just like them. Okay, but
their movement, that shit was corny, but we like them. You're right.
Nobody say that what they did was corny. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of
it wasn't corny. That movement was not corny, man. Fuck that. Yo. Fuck Diddy, bro. You don't know what it is right now,
you hate Diddy, but it was nothing cool about what they did. It wasn't
corny, bro. They didn't want to let him off the label. They dodging phone calls. All right, we want to take it to the street.
One album.
What's corny?
You did one album
about that though.
Album deal.
But you did one album.
All right.
What did you do to be worth off the contract?
We went platinum, bro.
You went gold.
You went gold. They didn't go platinum.
All right, we went gold.
We didn't recoup.
Let the locks go. Let the locks go, bro. Let us go. We want to go to Rap Rock.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yo.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't want to wear shiny overalls.
That's what I'm saying. Bosses can never win.
Yeah.
Like to your point, and bosses can never win then. Like honestly, like take
Diddy
the
can't
person.
never win. No, just
Diddy can't never win.
Never
Okay,
win.
my bad.
He
You're right.
Okay,
I like him, man.
Yeah, shout out.
I wanted to get back to something real quick, then we can go.
Yeah.
Roland said JD was doing it long before Diddy. We have to remember that JD, he did it way before then, but he was a child prodigy because of nepotism also. We talking about Jaden Smith before. Remember, Jermaine Dupri's father is a music executive himself.
Yeah.
So he got like, you got to think about like he was 15 years old dancing in videos and shit. Like he's been in the music business ever since he was a teenager.
Yeah,
because his dad, like
shit.
Yeah, pop locking with that curl.
Yeah, like that's why he got in. Like Diddy ain't had no fucking relatives to put him on. He came straight out of Mount Vernon in Harlem and went to college and got put on like that.
Jermaine Dupri to me gets a bad rep because a lot of his smash hits was kids. You know what I mean? Like he had Jagged Edge, Escape. He had a lot of adult groups, but what stuck to him was Chris Cross's. He had the Brat. But what stuck to him really
the Brat was a kid when she was with him though. When she first started out, I think she was a teenager. I think.
Yeah,
I think
like, a lot of kids.
45. That's 9-4. Yeah.
Yeah. How old was she?
Probably like 19, 18.
Bow Wow.
She still look 18, 19 to me.
Remember he took over Bow Wow?
I mean, kids star sell though, bro. Let's not act like they don't, bro. He figured that shit out. Bitch, kids star sell.
Well, we didn't know that till the legend appeared. Like Bow Wow started that, so I want to say kids. Like I didn't. I
Chris Cross started that. ABC started that.
Yeah, but Chris Cross, we didn't. Chris Cross looked older though. We didn't know how old Chris Cross was. We just thought it was a dope song.
We knew them niggas was kids though.
Oh yeah, Flaw, that might be your age though. Okay. I thought them niggas was kids because they were my age.
They was kids.
Like,
the reason why I like them because I'm like, oh, them niggas they look like us.
We thought they was children.
Rapping,
they probably seemed older to y'all because you was a little younger than them. But they were my age. They were children.
I just never looked at Cross as an age thing. I just thought they had one of the biggest songs of all time. Jump, and then put their pants backwards. Look at these men.
This is why Flaw said. This is why Flaw said JD gets a bad rap because, like Mike said, that's JD Lane with the kids. But it really ain't though. He got other people that were not children when they came out. That was good.
He was producing for other artists outside So Def.
Yo, Mike said JD got a Netflix special with kids. That's true.
That is true.
That is true. Trying to get that.
And I told y'all about Miss Mulatto. Like I just don't look at her as nothing because she was on one of those kid competing.
Right.
So when I saw, I said, "That's the chick from my rap game." I'm not. Right. I can't look at her like that. She
looked like she was like 10. She's like, well, how old was she then? Like she was young as hell when that came out. I remember that.
Shit. And that's what he does. He just keeps creating child stars because that's his bread and butter.
So do we have to look at that closely or something? That's what you're saying?
No,
I'm saying
we might. That's not what you're saying. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
I'm not gonna put no.
I'm saying we might have to take a look at that.
We might have to take a look at it.
We might have to take a little look.
We don't need to, but we might.
Now, how you know we don't need to?
I do want to
take a look at T.I. and Tiny until we did, right?
How about you, right?
I'm just saying.
I do want to ask a quick question before we get up out of here, and it's about
now they got Nelly in this mix.
Who?
Nelly, he in the mix now.
Oh, Nelly been putting himself in the mix. Nelly's been accused.
Yeah, I heard that shit too.
Nelly's been.
I heard like Nelly was accused for shit before T.I. was, wasn't he?
Yeah, Nelly's been.
Yeah, he been in the news.
So how many motherfucking people got to come out and keep saying this shit is happening until we start believing that?
No, I'm not saying we don't believe it, but money makes shit go away, and we don't know what Tiny is.
And if you do a hot verse, and if you kill verses, it might make some people think differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because if you think about it, Tiny did that verse real smooth. Ain't nobody say get her. Ain't
nobody cancel her. They was celebrating her. She was
because
celebrating
her
after
whole
that.
family was there.
Right. I'm talking about like her little performance went viral. They was talking about it on Twitter. I seen it on Instagram a couple times. Like just her performance though.
Hey, do me a favor, Jerrell.
What's up?
Play that Bow Wow Romeo clip. I got a question.
Okay.
I got it.
Hold on.
I got to get to it. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I gotta get it.
Why?
I got a crazy question to ask y'all. Jerrell told me to save it for the show, and if I don't say it now, I'll never bring it back up.
Don't forget, you'll never get it back out. Yeah.
Might be a topic that we speak.
Exactly, but that's my thing. I'm here at one call. We always say we're gonna do this and that. I think we really got to put some. together where it's me and you, where it's gonna benefit even financially, and then even getting those roses we both deserve, you know?
Yeah, nah, we definitely gonna do. It's definitely time we can talk about it.
We put in too much work as young as not to reap the benefits. That's all I'm saying. Rock stars do it all the time. 80 years old, reaping the benefits also 40, 50 years ago.
Absolutely.
So,
put it together. Catch up when I get
yeah.
to LA. I'm gonna hit you.
Okay.
We're gonna pull up. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do what we do.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for real this time, though. The world may end next year.
Yeah, you never know. Right, at the rate we go.
Hey, yo, real quick.
You know how, yo, for one, I don't mean because you see how much he sound like his dad?
Yeah.
To me, that nigga sound just like P right there. Yo. He sound like P talking.
Hey, listen, right?
That's the New Orleans.
To me, that sounds like Bow Wow's not interested in none of the shit he was saying.
Not at all.
For what?
He was like, word. For real.
Yeah,
Like, remember we was talking?
Yeah.
For real.
We gonna chop it up, word.
For real.
For real.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. Let your people contact my people, and we can do this. Like,
hey, yo, when a nigga say, yo, when I get to LA, we're gonna touch down. That's like, all right, I'm about to go this
yeah,
phone.
word.
But here's my question, though, right? Bow Wow, I listened to another clip from Romeo, and it kind of made sense. I said, okay, I get it. He didn't say this. I'm saying this. Jay-Z and Nas have been at odds by the people since they came into the game together before they even beat. Romeo and Bow Wow have been arch nemesis the second Romeo's pulled up on the stage. They were already in competition.
Right. Naturally, because of the age.
Not the same sandwich, though.
Why
bro.
is it not the same sandwich?
To me, yo, because
it ain't the same sandwich.
Why ain't it?
This nigga Romeo, literally, bro, probably got 2 records.
Yeah, we want to talk about nepotism again. Ain't he Jaden Smith before Jaden Smith?
Yeah. This nigga probably got like 2 records,
my off
bro.
days.
First off, y'all saw my reply. I think Bow Wow smoked some 19-1, and I'm just being nice about that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I'm saying for their generation, though, wouldn't they just like to see it? Even though they you don't think
because nobody's gonna know none of the records that this nigga Romeo is playing. Because he got an album or 2 out. We're not gonna know none of them shits.
To your point, right? You said Foxy Brown ain't had 20. You think Lil Romeo got 20? So he's like, I gotta put you on blast.
Not the same.
You said mad people ain't had 20 so far. You said Escape ain't had 20. You said Foxy Brown ain't had 20. You think Lil Romeo got 20?
This might be the worst 20 of all verses. This might be 20. He's going to have to find 20, but it's going to be the worst 20.
Bro, he's going to be playing records from No Limit, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yeah, no, my pops did this, and it's only right. If I play this Silk the Shocker, my Uncle Silk record.
You can't do that, fam. You cannot put Silk the Shocker's joints on.
If this goes down, bro, I will bet my pension on this. Bitch, he's going to play No Limit records, yo.
He has to. Because he can't
He's going to, bro.
He can't play old Romeo, give me one more chance.
Romeo is not playing his father's music. Yo, I hate y'all niggas, yo.
Didn't say his father.
Like, be real, yo. Like, he obviously not going to play Masterpiece songs, yo. Stop it.
He's going to play his uncle records, bro.
Did he co-write on those songs? He
better not play no damn C Murder records. I'm fighting somebody. That's crazy.
I'm trying to tell you this is what's going to happen, bro. He going to be playing Mia X records and
that's
motherfucking
disgusting. Mr. Magic, he gonna play all them.
He gonna have Mr. come out and perform, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
He was in the studio when those songs were created. He's part of the production.
I feel like this is disrespectful to the verses, bro, to even talk about this right now, bro. This is so disrespectful to verses, yo.
If Little Romeo play a Mia X song, I'm turning that shit off.
I'm not even watching this, bro, if this goes down, bro. I swear I won't.
Maybe a versus is a bad idea, but I think they need to do a song together. I know that they were on this rap show together. I get that, but there's still feel like some tension.
Wait a minute, you want it done now?
But it's not for us. It's not for us. It's not.
I'm talking about, but even the people that are older, I don't think give a fuck anymore because they older. Like,
yeah, but they're more.
They're still doing that song. It might not be for 40-year-olds like me, but he's still doing it for almost people y'all age, 35.
Yeah,
bounce with me, nigga.
But why? Okay, but listen, I know it's a different sandwich. I know, but why is Nas and Jay-Z such a big thing even after they squashed their beef 20 years ago?
I get
It's
that.
still like,
part.
damn, they together?
Because they Nas and Jay-Z, bro. Like,
I get what Flaw means. It's because the two people are nemesis. Like, you will always want them to be on the song. I get that.
It was nemesis before Takeover.
I understand that.
That's what I'm saying. They was nemesis before Takeover. People just said they hate each other. We didn't know. We just assumed it. It's the same thing with them. As soon as Little Romeo pop, oh, you hate, or you a copycat, oh, you like,
bro.
So,
I don't think nobody in the world wants a Little Bow Wow Romeo record, but it was some numbers because it's them. Like, people will go to it because it's them two niggas. You know what I'm saying? For the reasons you said too. They synonymous with each other since Romeo dropped, and you know what I mean. People want nostalgia sometimes, but it's going to be trash, and nobody's here for it.
You want to know something fire? I would produce it. I would put Little back on their names. Little Bow Wow and Little Romeo. Like now,
man, niggas is 30-something years old, bro.
All right.
Don't do that.
Niggas is 30-something years old.
Don't do that.
Nobody want to hear Shad rap. Period.
I thought that's what I was going to say. I thought Bow Wow didn't even want to go by Bow Wow anymore.
He still
don't he want to wrestle? Don't that nigga want to wrestle?
That's a fact.
I ain't heard from that since y'all said that shit. That was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, like,
y'all more in the wrestling scene than I am. Have he been on WWE at all?
I ain't watch wrestling
like that. It takes time though. We just happen to know he's trying out because of he's Bow Wow. But when you go through what he's going through, it takes some time before you actually ready. Like these guys go through years of training. So
true.
Yeah, and he got to go to the underground first type shit. Can't just throw him on TV.
I mean, this Bow Wow though. You can. He's still a hot ticket.
He's a legend.
He might not wrestle at all, but you can put his ass out there.
Jermaine Green said, "Nah, Flaw won't work. Not now. I bet you all the money in my pocket that if Bow Wow versus Romeo did the verses, they would get like $500K or better. People want to see.
No, that's a fact.
I would ask. It won't work. What does working mean? Like won't work how? Like
I don't know.
Are you? I expect it to sell if we talk about streaming numbers, but yeah, I don't think nobody's checking for it though. No.
You know what I want though? Actually, I want the creators of this bull, like this crazy garbage music. Like where's Soulja Boy and Bow? Like not saying that I want it, but I want to see the creators benefit off this.
I was about to say,
type of style. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I think Soulja Boy Bow Wow versus make a lot more sense than Little Romeo. I don't know why he would do Little Romeo.
Bow Wow gets smoked.
Huh?
Bow Wow gets smoked by Little Soulja Boy?
Gets smoked by Soulja.
Nah. I don't think so.
Nah.
For one, that's what you always
put it in the
this.
chat, yo. Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy. Who you got,
No. We're gonna get on Flaw real quick because everybody smoked somebody in verses. He always talk about somebody gonna get smoked. Ain't nobody ever got smoked in a verses. Let's just keep it right there. You always talk about he gonna get somebody gonna get smoked.
Nelly did that himself. Nelly
didn't get smoked.
Manny did. Manny kind of got smoked.
Manny should have. He shouldn't have been. That was a bad matchup for smoked. Manny. Who?
They set him up, man.
Manny was a set. He shouldn't have went up against no damn Scott Storch, yo. We know that.
Manny
Real music people know that. That wasn't fair.
Well, Big Soulja's getting Bow out of here.
Nigga, please. Yeah, all right,
and like the
get it out.
Like the certainty of your voice always pisses me off. Like he always talk about somebody gonna get smoked, yo. Like you getting him the fuck out of here. Like he not killing Bow Wow like that.
Yeah.
No way. No. You think Soulja Boy got 20?
Yeah, he got 20.
But Foxy don't. Let's talk about it. Because that bothered me, yo. Niggas said Foxy
he was mad at that.
It had 20, but you got mad niggas that couldn't touch her got 20. I don't understand. Soulja Boy got 20, but Foxy don't.
Soulja got 20. Foxy got 20. We saw her playlist. Saw her title playlist.
Okay.
She got 20.
For what versus has become, bro, do we really want to see a Soulja Boy or Bow Wow or Foxy? We want to see Soulja Boy and Bow Wow?
I'm just saying.
On a versus?
For versus, a Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
We want to see them niggas performing?
Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, it's time for celebration.
Go nuts, yo. I'm telling you.
Their career isn't bigger than what it would be.
I would say
it's not for us. That's what I'm saying, but it would go crazy.
If that's the case, they should do a whole screen versus then. You need to bring Omarion out, but you need to bring Sammy out. You need to bring Lil Zane ain't
it
ass
would
out.
not be
Feel me?
a Scream versus because B2K is having problems right now. I heard. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Then
that's why I said Omarion. That's why I just said Omarion.
then the B2K
You know, him and Bow
niggas
got
gonna
an
get
album
mad.
out. Him and fuck them niggas. Man. Niggas ain't Omarion. Like,
No, they not.
I'm
But they get mad though.
Omarion, bro. I'm the most non-singing, dancing nigga ever. Like, nigga.
Omarion can sing.
Yo, you just said these niggas not Omarion. We'll play Omar. Okay, all right. We're ready to play these.
Nigga, did you hit me with the Bobby Digital and blow smoke in my face?
Nigga Omarion.
Talk about disrespectful. Yo, don't give me the Bobby Digital next time though. So
This nigga Omarion cannot sing at all. It's like this nigga Marcus Houston can't sing at all, bro. I call it how it is, bro. Them niggas is not singers, bro. They are average at best.
I hope Jay is watching this. I don't know if y'all checked, but he sent us something to the group. He really dislikes racism. He really hates black on white crime, man. I don't know what this
Word.
He that boils his biscuits, fam.
Hey Mike, that old album is the only solid album is because Timberland was on it and Tank was all over it and shit, yo. Outside of that, he is trash, bro. You heard it first from me, nigga. And I'm playing Max B today. Shout out to Big Vel, free Max B.
Now, about Jay put some shit in a group and talk about Kobe Bryant and his wife. Kobe Bryant's wife isn't white for one thing, so I don't even put credence to that shit. Like she's not white.
You know that some things get people attention and
right, because she's very, very fair skinned, so she don't look Hispanic, she looks white. Yeah.
It boils his bubble when you see something about a black man and a white person. You know,
right.
He goes nuts.
He believing we should be all this rainbow coalition shit, man. Like I ain't like.
He drinks
that's another podcast.
He drinks that Kumbaya Kool-Aid, and we just tell him it ain't like that. You like it's a divide out there, buddy. You just got to be okay with it. Not okay.
You try to tell that nigga.
You don't have to be okay with it. You just have to understand that it exists. He don't understand it's there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's there, buddy. You ready to get up out of here?
But shout out to Big J. You know what I'm saying? He had a wedding right now and shit for his 3 fans that wanted to know. He had a wedding right now and shit. So
I was at work.
I thought it was at work.
Well, yeah, that work.
Either or.
Same thing.
Either or, same thing.
Or he making some bread.
He was just on another podcast too. Y'all seen that?
I ain't see it. I didn't.
I didn't see it. I heard a little bit of it. I think
I saw the
I'm gonna listen to more of it.
Flyer and shit. I was super mad. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad.
You was mad?
I was mad.
We'll discuss it. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and on Facebook. Shout out to everybody in the chat for fucking with us today.
Shout out to y'all.
We'll check y'all out. We about to get off and play some songs. Catch us on the audio. Peace.
Hit the like button on YouTube.